For people, we are all welcome back to the channel once again as we continue to do as we know how to do. Like we don't owe anybody anything special. The only thing we owe is what we are owing ourselves. And what is this? To restore freedom. Finish. That's all. To restore freedom. Finish. So quickly, you are welcome this evening to this wonderful program today. Like you see, like well, one of the breaking news we got today is that Alan Onyema new court warrant to arrest him. The thing continues happening. You see, you can't run away from yourself. You can't run away from your shadow. Nigeria, no one use I see anybody. Sham from Biafra land, the way they do anything will be like say e good. They don't want. Well, let's see what happened. I'm not supporting fraud though. No, sir, I go there support Alan Onyama because if they do fraud, we go look into him matter small because we don't talk about him last time. But this one now, I'm telling you, is a fresh order to arrest him, and the arrest I've not really seen the news. I only saw the headline. I don't know the arrest if it is count fall anywhere, because if the thing is count fall anywhere, say say the thing go e get as e be, yeah. Say e get as e be. So we must continue. I welcome all of you. If you are just joining me right now, you are welcome to this wonderful program. I greet you in the name of Chuku Okike Abiyama. And I want us to remember that tomorrow, our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, will be live in Dr. Damage. You see, Dr. Damage don't find out say nobody they listen to him again. So he believed the only thing he can do now is to bring our Prime Minister. When you look, you go find out say Dr. Damage after for more than 1 year now, nobody they listen to him again. You see, because Dr. Damage will always gather people in his platform to discuss everything that is working or will be against the restoration of Biafra. So today, and after that, people have come to realize that the truth is something you cannot hide. Okay? So everybody don't call open eyes, see, say, this Simon Ekpa, what did they talk about? Now, so it be so Dr. Damage lost everybody. Nobody want to hear or listen to trash. Now, everybody want to listen to the truth, nothing but the truth. So, like I said, Dr. Damage is going to be interviewing our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa tomorrow by 6 p.m. Biafran time, Central African time. So we continue. I don't know if we should run into today's 7, at least by the time we do this program for 3 hours, we go put it. Yeah, 3 hours we go put it. I have the time to go on. So as the news plenty, Nigeria fully recognized as an Islamic nation or Islamic state or Islamic country or Islamic people, or I don't know. I don't know how I go fit talking because grammar, they good for my eye, for my mouth. Now my mouth have been on my eye. Which one it will be? Which one? Okay. I don't know whether now for my mouth or for my eye it will be. Um, um, I want us to understand that. Hold on, let me get this video because it's important to get this video as well. Let me just get this video straight. So those who sabi blow grammar, make gonna tell me what to go call Nigeria now. Is it? Are we going to be calling them Islamic people or Islamic group? What do we go call them now? Now I be waiting me at the ask. Should we call them Islamic people? Islamic, uh, Islamic, Islamic. Waiting now. Well, no, no, jokes apart. I know they laugh. But when you look at what is happening now, you yourself, you don't even know what you go. They say na secular country, they say na republic, they say na waiting again they call them. Many names what they don't call them. Say we be say me I dey confused. I don't even know the one where you go call am make it be say na be the original name for Nigeria or where enter Nigeria. But anyway, we go find one thing, give them. We go find one name, give them. Whether na Islamic state, secular state, Nigerian state, Nigerian people, Republic Nigeria, Nigerian nation, nation Nigeria, three cycle, okay, Northern Nigeria, eh? Anyways, I greet all of you. Nolin, Nolin, I greet you, my dear sister. Sonny, Sonny, Ndewo, Sapi, Sapi Beke, Ndewo, I greet you. Ekenesi Engike, beautiful Shuku, Ndewo, Chris Odenze, Odenze, Odenze. He just jammed. Waiting jam now. Chris Odenze, can you hear jam operano? Annex Anyanwụ, Amy Donjo, Isdo, Aguzie, Amy Donjoel, Clement Aneto, Clement, I greet you. Special greeting. Chidex Ahams, Odo Christian, Chukwemeka, what a name. They were. And Esther Okosa. Esther Okosa, I greet you, long time. McKinsey Chester Ozo, Prudential Livingstone, I greet you. Even if I no call your name, I still greet, I still respect you. You see, there's something we must understand. When Nigeria come up or come out and tell you that they have wiped out one group, allow me to you. I don't owe anybody. Not tiredness. Okay, I want to make we understand something about this Islamic nation. Or before we go there, we get so many things to talk about. Make we see Alan Onyema side, then we'll talk about PM, then we will see some other small things before we continue. Okay. All right. Just give me a moment. Let me bring the news full. So we'll see I'm full as well. Okay, now US court renew arrest warrant for AP CEO Allen Onyema. Renew. You know, the last time this happened, last time we saw this, Alan Onyema came out and said there was nothing like that. And I don't know why a newspaper or some newspapers would be carrying out a news like this, and Alan Onyema will keep telling you, ignore them. And today, what we are getting is that this is Daily Premium Times. Premium Times says that the United States Court renews arrest warrant for AP CEO Alan Onyema. Now, I want you to get this straight. What could have happened that made Alan Onyema to came out to tell you that that news wasn't true? He has done something to block the news so that he coming out to tell you ignore that news means that he is sure that nothing is going to happen. But today, what are we seeing? We are seeing that the court, United States Court, have renewed, not issued. Before it was issued arrest warrant and it was stopped by something I don't know, but today it is renewed. Let me just read a little bit. A United States Court, hold on, hold on. All right, we move. Let me enlarge it so that it will be seen as well as I read, so that whoever cares to read along will see it. Okay, a United States court has reissued an arrest, an order for the arrest of Alan Onyema, the founder and CEO of Peace Limited, over 20 million bank fraud case that has been pending against him for 5 years. Over a 20 million bank fraud case. Bank fraud case. Do you see the way they put in it? This is a tax, but it has turned to bank fraud. Anyway, 20 million bank fraud case that has been pending against him for 5 years. The Federal District Court for North Georgia, Atlanta, renewed the arrest warrant on 9th October following the addition of more charges to the case against Mr. Onyema and his co-defendant, A.G. Rogen. Egaga, the airline's chief of administration and the finance. United States of America authorities filed the superseding indictment on 8 October alleging new count of obstruction of justice and the conspiracy to obstruct justice. The 2 count added to the pre-existing 36 count of conspiracy, money laundering, bank fraud, credit application fraud, and identity theft. The superseding indictment brought the count to 38 count charges against Alan Onyema in United States of America that he is to answer. Chineke nna, Chineke mere ya ebere, Alan Onyema, 38 count charges. Odigwe egwu. Well, we still have another news you wanted to see. Nigeria, you never understand anything. Okay, quickly we come to this news. And hold on, let me bring it to the screen. Nigeria judges caught illegally releasing convicts, falsifying court documents, registers grant suspect bail, collect bribe. Papa just goes, oh, GB. When we tell you the thing, you don't want to listen to the thing. You don't want to agree to the thing. I beg, like this video for me, okay? Quickly like this video for me. Anyway, quickly, I want us to listen to Simon Ekpa. We'll listen to Simon Ekpa. that man. I see Melchizedek today crying. Hi, Chineke, but the question I would like to ask is, do you think Nigeria is now Islamic nation, or do you think Nigeria is not Islamic nation? I want you to tell me what you think in the comment section. Austin Fisher, Shooks, Omunna, Kwe, Sami, Ifeanyi Ehirima, I greet you. Amy Donjo, Austin Fisher, Vi Maxwell, Maxwell, Ndewo, Kenwadeala. Okay, let me bring you in. Maybe you come and give us your beat before we continue, because as for whether we'll get a lot to talk about, we'll get a lot to talk about today. Oh, well, we are going to be listening to our Prime Minister. We will listen to watch other programs. Firstly, I think we should listen to him. Okay. Yes, there was other member. So Vine, you have the link to come in. Okay. So quickly, without wasting too much time, let us bring in the man, Hana Tuegu. The man that Hano Hana Hana Tuegu here and there. They have done everything to stop this man. They could not stop him. They have gone to every length to remove him, buy him. They could not. They'll send assassins. They could not. They have went personally. They could not. Iweanyanwu promised to go to Finland. He never go to that Finland until he is dead. Ifeanyi Oba promised to go to Finland. He never go to Finland. He is dead. Ifeanyi Oba promised to go and visit Nnamdi Kanu to stop sit at home. Ifeanyi Oba never visited Nnamdi Kanu. He never stopped sit at home. Ifeanyi Oba promised to become the Anambra State governor to stop sit at home. He never become the governor. He never become the Anambra whatever administrator. He never stopped sit at home. Ifeanyi Oba today is dead and gone. The sit at home is still going on. There are things people should be learning from. Learn from yesterdays. All the people that came out to fight the resurrecting of this Biafra restoration today, where are they? Both those that came in the uniform, both those that came in the mufti, both those that came with the red cap, both those that came, they are nowhere to be seen. You can't see them. They are disappeared. Today, what are we discussing? Nigeria is Islamic nation. You see, when they began to deliberate in the National Assembly, Nigeria, you cannot Islamize. I say, make una no listing, because originally Nigeria is become Islamic nation. They are just trying to create awareness by letting you know that the bill is now publicly passed. You are waiting. One day you will hear that there is nothing like Nigerian police or Nigerian police force, that it has been scrapped, that what you have now is a Sharia police, and you cannot do anything. You will only back whoa on social media, and you will keep quiet. Ask yourself, where are all these people that are backing today? We will burn Nigeria. We will kill Nigeria. We will tear Nigeria. We will become president. We are taking our mandate. We are taking our nation. Where are they today? Have you been able to take your nation? I made one statement. I only said, you can only take what belongs to you. And the one that got me pissed off is those people from the so-called Niger Delta They were crying, we are taking back our country. We are taking back our Nigeria. I look at these people. They quickly forgotten Sorowiwa. They quickly forgotten the oil fields that polluted their land. They have quickly forgotten that they are living inside a dirty, swampy water. They have forgotten that the water has destroyed their land because of the oil minage. No cleaning, nothing, no compensation. They have forgotten that they never had anything like Nigeria. Today they cry, we want our Nigeria back. P2B has given you your Nigeria back, isn't it? You've gotten your country back. Take it and enjoy. The country where we will live in Abuja and turn cabal with the northerners to come and take over your land. Because Fubra is not quickly activating what we can want him to activate. When we talk, you don't listen. After what is his name of what is his name? Edo State Governor has done everything. Where is he today? Police, the EFCC is waiting. The day he hands over, they go pick him. Any moment he hand over like this, they don't carry and go. Okowa down there, Okowa down there, the cool head. He go sign agreement. It's not actually that they stole money that nobody know. We know all the governors are criminals, all the politicians are criminals. So why are their own different? They want them to sign some documents, like Ojo Zokalo signed, like Hirocha Sokorocha signed, like all of them signed. So when they finish signing the document and they will agree, or maybe some things will be done with them that will be recorded and they will be told any day you talk, this video will be shown to the world. That is how they remain enslaved forever. By Maxwell, you are welcome to the program. Okay, Wadela, can you hear
Thank
me?
you. Yes, sir. I can hear you, boss.
You are welcome, my brother. That has been a
Thank
long time.
you. Yes, sir. Thank you, my Honorable Minister Mazugo. Good evening to every one of you in the comment section, the great sons and daughters of Biafra and right across the world. Ndem Jemono, those that I am proud of, those that when I remember, I'll go back to sleep. Those that are keeping my mother's ancestral land, the vigil of my mother's ancestral land, are keeping it safe. I salute every one of you from my little beautiful city, Bolgatanga in Upper East region. I brought you love from my own family, my extended family, and everyone in my father's country that loves freedom and that can help to fight for freedom. May God bless Mazen Kano. That thing, the Ekpa in Finland, the prime minister, that has become the thorn in the body and in the skin of the Zoological Republic of Nigeria. May God continue to bless him and keep him safe. Make him even more invincible in the eyes of the enemies that want him dead. May God protect his family. And may God, most importantly for me, bless the parents that brought that thing in Finland to the Biafran people, wherever they are, whether they are in the grave or are alive. May God continue to bless them. And as we see through him what they have done, we will continue to praise God and bless them even in their spirits. May God also bless the Finnish people, the Finnish government that have refused to bow to the pressure of the globalists, the wicked globalists, the new colonialist that has come to take over whatever that God has placed under our land, on the land, and in our country. May God bless our people and grant us with that most beautiful gift in the entire world, which is Biafra, that we may live the criminal system that you are reading the atrocities, even right here, including their judges. That is not a country to live in and a country to be proud of. I am ashamed that I was part of them, carrying weapons, going from country to country, by air, by sea, by train, to go and defend something that is criminal, something that doesn't value the human rights of their own people. I say I'm sorry for doing that. Mazugo, the topic that you brought up today, is Nigeria an Islamic state? Nigeria, the answer is a big yes. Nigeria is a member of Organization of Islamic Congress. In 1971, immediately after the war, Gowon was invited. He was the first that took Nigeria to OIC Morocco when they had, either Morocco or in Algeria, where they had the meeting that time, OIC meeting, in 1971. And do you know what they gave them? They gave them a setup of, that is an observatory role. It was under a Christian, so-called Christian Gowon, the president of Nigeria, that presided over the killing and the starving of Biafrans that led to the death of over 3 million people. The devastation was too great. Immediately after the war, 1971, he submitted himself. He pledged allegiance to OIC, I think in Morocco or in Algeria. That was why they had the meeting. Either of these two countries. In 1986, they were on that observatory role until 1986, when General Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida, IBB, aka the Maradona, 1986, now fully rectify the observatory post Gowon signed in 1971 as a full member of OIC. That was what happened. Until from that time, they've been paying their dues in that place. And that is the impetus that they have to begin to try to tinker with the constitution, the so-called secular, my foot. Nigeria is not a secular state. Nigeria is secular on paper, but in function, they are an Islamic state. Which Islamic, which group of Islam or Muslims will be running riot the way they are running riot in Nigeria? That is to tell you that they own the country. They believe that Nigeria is an Islamic state. Yes, Nigeria is an Islamic state, both in paper and in practice. Today, you have, out of your 36 states, plus Abuja 37, 12 of them are now practicing Sharia openly in their own country. And you, in the southern part of Nigeria, the only thing you do is to begin to fight those that are telling you never, we cannot continue with this kind of people. That is the only thing you do. They have tried to impose or put in the Islamic principles in your constitution. Yes, it is there in your 1999 constitution. Go and check how many times Sharia was mentioned in your 1999 constitution. For those of you that you just browse it, you will see it there. Tell me how many times Khan was mentioned in Nigeria. Khan, Christian Association of Nigeria. Tell me how many times it was mentioned in your 1999 constitution that you are
Max,
fighting
Max,
tooth and yes.
Calling can is a difficult thing. Just Christian, very simple. Christian.
Okay.
How many times
Yeah.
were Christian mentioned?
Yeah, I'm bringing because that is the umbrella. That is the Christian umbrella that it's just like the Islamic group in the our help and whatever some of them. I don't even know their names. I'm not even pronouncing. You see?
Mm.
Okay. How many times did they mention it in your? The only thing they told you there to deceive you subtly is to tell you that Nigeria is a secular state, that you have every right to worship whatever you believe. And in
Mm.
practice, that is not. Who was there when Sharia was introduced in 2000 when they were fighting? Was it not a Yoruba man and a Christian? Was he not a Yoruba man that was the president of Nigeria? Year 2000, I was actively, visibly, and participated in the defense of what they wanted to do to us as at that time.
Mm.
I was an active service member as at that time. They introduced it. Obasanjo could not stop them. If Obasanjo did not, do you know who was pressing the buttons? Obasanjo could not work as a Nigerian president. He couldn't stop them, and they successfully. What did Obasanjo say? Obasanjo said, "Oh, it is their religion. They are allowed to practice their religion in their state, and they will not be telling you if you don't like what they are doing over there, leave their states. Today, you cannot take alcoholic beverages to these states without them being destroyed. And when you sell same to the southern part of Nigeria as VAT, they share in it and they eat in it as well. They run down to Abuja and go and take their own share of the proceeds from alcoholic beverages. Who are you deceiving? Who are you deceiving? The other day, they were trying to make it the influence and the things of Islam to be recognized in your constitution. And you hear so many of them in the House of Representatives shouting, "Oh no, you cannot Islamize, you cannot Islamize." The time when they introduced 2000, when Yerima, Zamfara state governor, brought Sharia, were you able to stop them? Were you able to stop them? You were not able. What makes you think that you are going to stop them now? You can never stop them. That country is Islamized. Secretly, it has been Islamized. Spiritually, it has been Islamized. Because you have given your allegiance to this group. And today, your president is there in Saudi Arabia visiting as a member. Go and check the 52 members of this OIC. Go and see if you will not find Nigeria there. And you are here. When we say no, we don't like the way things are going. We cannot stay in a country where our values are not respected. And with time, they will chase you out. That you are secular. They will tell you that you cannot even worship apart from their own religion. These people are not liberal. These people are not liberal. Where they have larger population and representatives, they will introduce it and nothing will happen. They will keep on pressing to put it into their constitution so that anytime anything happens, they will now look at the constitution and tell you that is your grand norm. Anything that is not in alignment with the principles of the constitution should be null and void. They will use it to defend whatever that they are. That is the reason why they are doing what they are doing. And this will not stop. While you are in the south, Igbo man, you are on space. A German is fighting a Igbo. Igbo is fighting a German. Yoruba man is fighting a German. Yoruba man is fighting Igbo. Yeah, this one is happening where you are dividing yourselves. Why you are so you hate and discord, the people are planning on daily basis how they are going to rule you in a religious way. They are you are there criticizing, fighting, telling this one, this you are not doing it the right way. You see them go on space. The most unfortunate aspect of it is the same Biafra. Some of them that claim that they went to school, they go there and they are criticizing your own brother that has taken it upon himself to say, no, this thing is detrimental to our own stay in that country. You begin to fight him, call him names. How I wish that most of us that are fighting will be separated in one place and let them deal with you people, so that let me see, after 10 years, if you are still going to say, I love one Nigerian, I'm a proud Nigerian. You are a proud entity that was given to you by a harlot, a side chick. Were you the only person that was given them by their former colonial what do I call it? Colonial, I don't call them masters, the imperialists. Were you the first person? Ghana was called Gold Coast. Didn't we change it? You have the Dahomey. Is it Bukenjit? All of them changed their names.
Yeah.
And they are still struggling. Look at all these countries that change their name. In terms of principles, are they not better than Nigeria? You get
Nigeria, sorry, Max, you must remember that Nigeria, their problem is not that they did not change their name. Even the ones, the little amendment they tried to make, they has gone back to the genesis of the whole thing. Remember, they just went back to the old the British national anthem. Remember? So there is nothing like change coming anywhere. They are rewinding. Others are fast forwarding. Why they are rewinding back?
You see the wickedness. You see, like I said in one other platform the other day, you see, Mazugo, Nigeria. You see, okay, let me take from. I wasn't the only person that said it, but I said it before. Oyede, is it Oyedepo said it? That the GO said it. That Nigerian problem is spiritual. Nigerian
No,
problem
it's
is.
Adeboye that said it.
I've been saying it before. There was a time when I made a comment here. I think was it the time when we were, Mazi Chooks, Sister Linda TV. I said, Nigeria, God will never bless a country that witnessed and presided over the killing of innocent people that did not do nothing to them. I said this, I think, about 2 or 3 years ago in Linda TV show, hosted by Sister Linda and the Mazi Chooks. That Nigeria will suffer for what they did against the Biafran people. The starvation and the denial, instead of them to stop, they will never stop. And that was the reason why I use this adage. A man that the gods wants to kill, they will first of all make him deaf.
Bam.
Advices will come. It will not listen. It will not listen. The dove that is meant to kill a small dog will never allow it to perceive the order of a sprinter at its front and will go up there to go and die. That is where Nigeria, that is what is a portion, that is the gift God has given to Nigeria, and it is going to happen. Are you surprised what is going on? When you expect them now to say, oh, we are sorry for what we did to these people. Let's find a way to appease this group of people with what they have done to you. Yet today you are the cornerstone that is holding the economy of that country. Still, they cannot recognize you. Still, they are perpetuating evil and killing against the people. Still, they are infiltrating your land with police and army. They are creating all kinds of roadblocks, they call them extorting points, where they extort money from our people. If you don't give, they will fabricate one thing or the other to put you in and forcefully take that money away from you. Evidences are bound on our roads. Kanayo, oh Kanayo, who was also shouting, oh, for Tinubu, I am for Tinubu, was crying that day when he drove from South East to Lagos. He was crying. But these same people will go in there and begin to tell you how beautiful, how they want to be under one Nigeria. Yet your land is being infested with criminals and repentant terrorists that was inducted into all the Nigerian security apparatuses. Mazugo, if I continue to talk, I don't know. In fact, I am filled up with what is the evil that these people are committing. I am filled up with it. Which one are we going to talk and leave the other? Which one are we going to say and leave? Which one? They are abound. Look at their judges today. They are collecting money. Tell me how these people that brought insecurity in the northern part of Nigeria, today there is an emergence of another one they call Lakurawa terrorist group. That one has killed 15 people, I think in Sokoto or in Kebbi. They are recruiting, they are promising 1 million naira to the young youths of the north. Do you think that they will not go? Do you think that they will not go?
Even
There was a time.
what about the ones that were nothing were promised to them? They went.
They are there.
Nothing.
They say they are even some of the villages, the villages that these people occupy, Boko Haram occupy. They will come and tell you that they are even better off under them than in the hands of Nigerian soldiers. I'm telling you, there were videos like that. Investigations were carried out and they were showing all these things happening, that they are better off with them than these people. They promise to give them water. They promise to give them light. They promise to pay them. Whereas you are throwing your own people below poverty. You see, come out to say, no, we cannot continue with this kind of evil entity. Nigeria is an evil entity, not just an Islamic nation. Nigeria is an evil entity. Go and check where Islam is dominant. If you can see the freedom of Christians or other religions there, go and check. Someone should please tell me if that religion is a religion of peace. I have a lot of friends that are Muslims. We have families that are Muslims. But I will tell you and tell to the face of those people that go and read Quran chapter 48, verse 29 and see what is written there. If that is the language of peace or violence. Thank you, I yield here.
Thank you so much, Max, my brother. Okanwadela. Thank you much. Thank you so much, King Chooks. King Shoes, I see you, eh? They will. Let's go one the mother. Yamana get Maya Gazerege. Okay, Wadela, thank you so much. And every other one that are if you are just joining us, thank you. Thank you so much for coming. Try and like the program as you are coming, because this is one of the program that need to go far for people to understand what we are saying. I cannot keep. I am one that when I want to do program, I make sure I show you videos, I show you articles so that you will understand. So when you look at I've been showing us a video of somebody. Okay, hold on. It's better I bring the video here and show you, since we have the time today. We'll have the time. I have shown you a video where former Zamfara state governor were telling you that his purpose in life. Listen.
They fear the growing popularity of this man, the governor of Zamfara state, who's risen from obscurity to lead this Islamic revival. 7 other Muslim states have now heeded his call. He says he won't stop until all Nigeria is under Sharia rule. Do you think Nigeria should become a Sharia nation?
That is my ambition, and that is the ambition of every Muslim in this country.
They fear the growing popularity of this man, the governor of Zamfara state, who's risen from obscurity to lead this Islamic revival. 7 other Muslim states have now heeded his call. He says he won't stop until all Nigeria is under Sharia rule. Do you think Nigeria should become a Sharia nation?
That is my ambition, and that is the ambition of every Muslim in this country.
Schools are now segregated by sex, but not by religion.
Is our state. We have 36 states. We also have many
Daughters of the few remaining Christian families, distinguishable by their shorter headscarves. Theoretically, they're exempt from Sharia, their lives still governed by the National Civil Law Code. But in reality, those who stay toe the line. Christian girls are forced to attend compulsory Quranic studies classes. And since our visit, but in reality, those who stay toe the line. Christian girls are forced to attend compulsory Quranic studies classes. And since our visit...
All right. We had...
Mazuko, can I say something there?
Okay, go on.
You see, in line with what I told you in Quran chapter 48, 29, is there any difference from what these people have done there?
At all.
That the man, the governor of Zamfara state, was Ahmed Yerima. That was his name. He is also an Islamic scholar to trained in Saudi Arabia and most of these dangerous Islamic nations. He had alliance. In fact, during the Obasanjo's time, that time I was still active, this man was accused of receiving millions of dollars from this Islamic world in order to propagate Sharia right across Nigeria. Yes, go and check it. It is there in the report. Even in the intelligence department, that was the reason why this man was about to be arrested as at that time. His involvement with these Arab nations. I'm telling you.
That he was to be arrested is just a propaganda, because it's just to make you calm. Just the same way they told you they have done this, that
You see why I told you that in fact the arrest will not even happen. It didn't happen.
That's what I want you to know.
It didn't happen.
Because
But
if you remember,
there?
Max, if you remember this Sharia we are talking about, they came to National Assembly some weeks ago, maybe less than 3 weeks ago. They came up in
Yes.
National Assembly and start deliberating. You don't have power to Islamize this country. You cannot Islamize. I told people here, those listening to me now that heard me, I said, you see this thing, Nigeria has been Islamized long ago. They are only trying to tell you to open your ears and your eyes and mind and sense that for any moment from now, you may wake up one morning to hear that you cannot wear your, how do they call that, their dress, spaghetti hand. You cannot wear, and you as a woman will start dressing like Aisha Yusuf.
Look,
Yeah.
Mazugo, look, let me tell you, if you have the interest of Islam is in the heart of every Muslim. The interest, the principles, the traditions of Islamic religion is in the heart of every Muslim, and it is mandated on them by their religion, by the teachings, to uphold it. Therefore, if I have a brother who is a Muslim, he will prefer a brother. Let's say I have a brother. Let's say I have a brother right now who is a Muslim. He or she, or a woman, okay, he or she will prefer Islamic tradition and principles than your own, where he or she was born into before confession. So if you see anybody in Enugu who is a Muslim, that person does not value your tradition anymore. The tradition of Islamic world is what they value, and that is the truth. So anything that is he or she is going to do in Enugu to make sure that you, a rival religious opponent, does not exist, he or she will do it. He or she will do it. That is real. That is real, my people. So whatever they do in Zamfara is what that your brother in Enugu will also do to you. The plan of that guy in Zamfara state is the same plan. This guy, they are going to use him or her against you in order to fulfill their Islamic principle and objectives. As simple as that. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Max. Thank you. So when we talk, listen and obey, allow those that are busy or those that have been paid to fight against the people bringing you into freedom, bringing life, bringing existence to you. Now, I want you to ask yourself, all these fools you see in the social media, anywhere in the name of creating awareness for your freedom, have you seen them come out to condemn this Tinubu going to represent them in the Saudi Arabia? For one thing we must understand is that anybody that is a Nigerian today is being represented by Tinubu in Saudi Arabia. And one thing you should ask yourself, what is Tinubu representing you there for? Is he representing you on how Jesus Christ resurrected, or how Jesus Christ will come back, or in the name that prayer mountain meeting or prayer meeting or fast, how to go on? No, he went to represent you in the name of Islam. That you are already Islamized. Ghana president cannot go to that meeting. Togo president cannot go to that meeting. Burkina Faso president cannot go to that meeting. Finnish president.
Mazugo, hold on here. Remember, Burkina Faso didn't go. Burkina Faso is a member. It's one of the members in Africa. Burkina Faso, Ivory Coast. Burkina Faso, Ivory Coast, Guinea, and the rest of them are members of the OIC. Burkina Faso is a member, but that man, Traore, refused to go. And he will not go.
And they bet me that Traore, when he settles down, by the grace of God, whenever he settles down, he will exit that group. Because his vision, I am saying, is the same vision like we are free, you are free. Just the same way you see what is Putin tell you, you are free to do anything, but you cannot use it to intimidate or override anything, anybody, anywhere, anytime.
Exactly. That is his principle. Ibrahim Traore, captain. That's his principle.
So even the British, they are not there. United States that are encouraging you, they are not there. Portugal that sent the UN representative, their United disco dancer, I've forgotten his name. Please, what is the UN spokesperson or UN General Secretary General's name?
Guterres.
Guterres that plays guitar very well. Guterres is from Portugal, right? Portugal is not there. But this man came to Nigeria to tell you to go on. If recruiting these people that are so-called repentant Boko Haram swap ISIS is what you want to do, I support you. But go to their land. You can never hear a history or see a history of any terrorist organization, any terrorist lizard, or even terrorist ant being forgiven. It is not done. But he come and support them in your country, that you can forget them. That is a way forward. But in his land, it is not a way forward. I want us to open our eyes, open our head, open our minds, and understand. Really, we will come back to this Nigerian news. Firstly, I want us to listen to some things that happened yesterday during our Prime Minister visit to Odumegwu. Let's just see a little of it, then we will come back.
Hey! Yes!
Nigeria ekotoki ha na-akpa eji achị Odumegwu steeti wee kpọrọ m mkpọ n'ala. Odumegwu steeti wee kpọrọ m mkpọ n'ala. Aga m eme nke m emegbu na mbụ wee gwa ha na emere m nkwado wee pụta ije a.
Otu aka ọ dị.
Esiri nwoke n'ite.
Otu aka ọ dị.
Anọrọ m na ana bongo nke nji na ọla n'Igbo. Mana emere m nkwado Over Nigeria say ha unu je bupute the best unu.
Odugwu adigo kosi adi.
Sa bupute the best.
Omo na eba.
Macron nke mmepele unu afu. The one I didn't show you, you will not see. Odumegwu akpọtego mmụọ today.
Yes.
Odumegwu akpọtego mmụọ.
Yes.
Otu aka ọ dị.
no kwa ke go sunu una make ni una afu.
Abu can send the son to you. You are welcome.
Admin of Odumegu. On nnekwu mmadụ ka ebo.
Oke mmụọ.
Nnekwu mmadụ ka ebo. Prove go that na n'ise n'ihe ji aga ije.
O metụrụ ofu ụbọchị onye na-eti ya.
Wee sị gị that na ebupụtara m nke ka ibobo.
Oke mmụọ.
Biafra bụ obodo nsọ.
Master God na you.
Biafra bụ ana nsọ.
Yes.
Maka anyị malụ ihe Chineke kere n'ala Biafra.
Yes.
Onye Trump melụ chief of staff.
Asị na dike nwa eze anaghị akwa na mba.
Otu aka ọ dị.
Otu aka ọ dị. The Dragon Master.
Maka na unu afụnube m ụdị a before.
Atọ.
Yes.
Maka ndị lobbyist.
Ịkwadoro akwado.
Unu kpọtara mmụọ.
Yes.
Ihe m ga-agwa unu taa bụ na struggle a echenjigo from this moment. Because of this single display, aga m eme ihe nchọburu ime in 2 months to come. Ọ ga-ebido imebe ozugbo. Mark my word. Agwa m unu na Nigeria edego ihe niile ha ga-ede. Send ya niile ha ga-esend na Finland. Simon Ekpa nke na-awọ m up na-eme press up maka ihe ga-eme after December. Mana ọ ga-ebido mebe n'oge maka na anyị ga-eji ehihie chọwa ewu ojii tupu chejie. The Biafra land will never allow the enemies of our people, our culture, our belief and way of life to live the next minute. The earlier they pack their bag and baggages and leave our land for the defense of our women and children, the better for them. Nigeria, ihe na-eme na convention bụ ka anyị generate a legal document.
Yes.
Anyị ga-ejizi wee gwazie mba ụwa niile orugokwa mgbe unu ga-recognize Biafra. Maka na ihe a na-eme before up to this today is only awareness that now we are not wanted in Nigeria.
Yes.
It is only awareness that Nigeria was not created to favor every indigenous person within that Niger area. And so it is for the best interest of everybody that we go our separate ways to develop ourselves in the best way possible. So we can value and recognize our culture, our differences, and develop our land ourselves and compete among nations, where criminals and fraudsters will not be vying into positions with the money they stole from America. That is what we are fighting for.
Yes.
All of you remember those who promised to bring 25 Helos cars to kill our people in Biafra land. They are all involved in the internet scam.
Yeah.
Those who was bragging how they will bring the Helos from Abuja to stop us, they are all involved. The local government chairman that was arrested by the FBI on multi-million-dollar fraud, they are all together. They are the people bragging how they are going to bring Helos to kill our people in Anambra. Today, where are they? Na nke mmerụ ju oyi mmekwa ọzọ. Eji ọma anya ọma wee pụta Biafra. Ebu m ike wee bịa ọgụ a. And no more going end this fight. We are going to hand over to our next generation. Onye ọbụla ga-afụ ya n'anya. Onye si na ya ga ha nọ ndụ wee bịa Biafra bịa. Ya kwado dekwa wele ya. Maka anyị ejide gị a na-ejide gị. Ọdụmegwu unu kpọlitere dike today.
Design the
Odumegwu kwenu.
Yes,
Biafra kwezuonu. Correct. Dragon. Yes, Odumegwu is representing.
Yes.
Ịma onye kwuru okwu kịta from Austria chetara m ihe Ben Enwonwu kwuru during the Biafra war in Lagos. Ben Enwonwu everybody knows who is Ben Enwonwu, the legendary artist, right? When I onye Ben Enwonwu.
Yes.
I said that.
Onye kpụrụ the bronze, the Buku bronze, right? Also, mgbe a na-eme ya interview in Lagos during the Biafra war, that you can imagine, I bought my car. What is that car name again?
Maurice Minor, I think.
Oh, well, one car. Oh, well, I don't know the name. Oh, well, one car I got that time. A sports car. Not the car Ferrari. But in those days, it is not a Ferrari. So see that even this is his car now, he can't even drive it. You know. And I made a broadcast one time like that. I was analyzing that Ben Enwonwu's comment. But you know, great people, sometimes Nigeria use them. After using them, they regret ever being part of the Nigeria project. In those days in the school, everybody passed through Ben Enwonwu's work, the Ibuku bronze. But what Nigeria will not allow you to do is to allow the meaning of that bronze to pass through you. So you pass through Ben Enwonwu bronze, but Ben Enwonwu bronze will not pass through you. Because till today, many people do not know the historic correlation to that Ibuku bronze. Till today, as I'm talking to you today, many of us don't know why is this Ibuku bronze very, very important in the history of Nigeria, and in which subject was it taught then? Is it art? What is the name of the subject in those days?
History, I don't know.
History, right?
History.
Is it history?
Either history or literature, yeah.
No, it's not literature. I don't want literature is it literature? No, it cannot be literature. Is it literature? But anyway.
Either history or one of
okay,
them.
nobody remember anyway. Okay, so anyway, so the point I'm trying to make is that, you know, Odumegwu is a great state, and we have seen that. They represent and continue to represent, and they do big things in Odumegwu. So apart from that, there are a lot of work to do in making sure that what shaped our history passed through us. And Biafra government will restore this back to our school system to make sure this history passed through our children. Social studies. Somebody says social studies. Okay, anyway, it can be other social studies. I don't remember. But we, in all this bronze, Iboku bronze, Bini Kingdom, whatever, you know, in all those things, we don't have that impact of this history passing through us. But we want to learn that Ibuku bronze was discovered or made by somebody called Ben Enwonwu. That's all. They want you to know that the person who made Ibuku bronze is called Ben Enwonwu. That is the only question that comes to the exam. You will learn everything. And the only thing they will ask you, they want you to know is that it is Ben Enwong. He was promoted so well. But the reason behind the Buku bronze was not meant to none of us till today. So since the Buku falls under Odumegwu, is a job I will give to the educational minister or commissioner or whoever that is in charge, that we need to start working on those historic things that we have that actually define us. So we need to know more about the Boku bronze. It's very, very important. It's not just who made it, Ben Enwong, everybody knows that. But what is so special about the Boku bronze? What is the spiritual attachment to his Boku bronze? What does it, represent in our culture and way of life? Before the colonial masters came, we need to know about Iboku bronze. So when he says he's from Iboku, this actually reminded me that I need to make this particular comment. Thank you.
Thank you.
I've come across the propaganda from the Nigeria IPOB terrorist group, criminal group, and they are sharing messages that Finland is having their independence celebration on 2nd of December. And I want you to understand that everybody, because I know when I say IPOB terrorist groups, some people will cut it. Yes, that's exactly what they are. Anybody that is supporting the Nigeria terrorist state is a terrorist. That is what I address them to be. Anybody that is supporting the Nigeria terrorist army,
you're lying.
To kill our people, I regard them as terrorists. Anybody supporting terrorists is a terrorist. So anybody supporting Nigeria is a terrorist. So those terrorists, IPOB Nigeria Limited, they are sharing propaganda. You know that everything they have done, they have failed. Now what they do is that they went to Google and translated something that the Finland president posted, that the Finland will be celebrating independence on the 2nd of December. That is a fallacy. The Finland independence remain on December 6th. And of course, the celebration starts 5th of December and all that. So, and our independence doesn't change. The celebration remains the same. If there's going to be ceremony on the 2nd of December, it has nothing to do with what we are doing. The date of our convention were chosen as far back as February 2024, even when the current president of Finland, have not been elected. So those people that are parading these lies, ignore them. Ignore them completely. A moment. All right, so I just want to use the opportunity to address this. Sorry, I'm being bombarded by messages, and it's very important that this person is responding. So I need to respond quickly. 1 minute. All right. So as I was saying, please ignore this propaganda that is flying all over social media. They don't understand Finnish language. When if a president posted something in Finnish language, they will rush. Probably they have somebody who is feeding them information, and they will rush and go to Google to translate it. It is not the same. The language, Google translated language, is not the same with the meaning or the message the person is trying to convey to the public. So the celebration that they are parading is not an independent of Finland celebration, but a celebration of the veteran who fought war of the Finland independence. And that is completely different. The independence of Finland remain on the 6th of December. And of course, like I said, we celebrate from the 5th and proceeding to that 6th of December, where a lot of ceremonies and celebration will be made. So forget these things. And they tell you now that the reason we are having our convention and declaration or issuing the declaration of restoration of Biafra is because we know there is something happening in Finland on the 2nd of December, and people are going to come from all over the world. And they are telling Biafrans to watch out, as we are going to use the images from official government of Finland activities to propagate our Biafra. I don't know where this, I don't know how that is going to be possible. So I just want you to know that propaganda like that is already flying on social media. But another thing to it is you can now connect the spiritual connection. When we were setting up the date for Biafra Finland Convention, we didn't know that on the 2nd of December, the president of Finland will announce that they are going to do a special a celebration for the fallen heroes and the veteran of the Finnish military. And it happens that it is happening on the 2nd of December. So they are saying that I am aware of this arrangement. And that was the reason I fixed the declaration on this same date, so that we will use the people coming to Finland for official government activities to use to lie to Biafra people. That look at them, they have come for Biafra declaration. So my brothers and sisters and the citizens of Biafra, do not listen to them. What we are doing is something we are doing as a government in exile. It does not have any validation of the Finnish government, not at this point. So we are doing it legally, politically, and diplomatically correct, in accordance with international law. And so it does not mean that the president of Finland have validated what Simon Ekpa is doing or what Biafra is doing. It does not mean that Trump or American government has validated what we're doing, but what we are doing is in accordance with international norms. So do not be deceived when this particular propaganda starts coming. But again, let me say it for the very last time. In Finland, we are going to use from the 29th of this month to the 3rd of December to generate a legal document that will form the legal base for Biafra to be recognized as an independent state. First of all, we are going to use the document we are going to generate from Finland to pursue the recognition of Biafra. You have to, first of all, become recognized as a state. To meet this requirement to be recognized as a state, there are certain steps that need to be followed. And we have followed those steps up to this point. And so that particular step we have followed have yielded a very tremendous result, giving us the opportunity to conduct self-referendum, giving us the opportunity to form government, giving us the opportunity to define our map and territory, giving us opportunity to also form and unveil the armed forces of Biafra. And here we are today. We did not only demonstrate that we are capable, but we have defended our land, protected our land against terrorism. And Biafra land is the only place in Nigeria, the only place, only region in Nigeria where terrorists are not killing women and children. So who is not going to be proud of Simon Ekpa and Biafra government? Only those who are not aware of what we have done will not be proud of us. But when they come to know what we have done to our people, they will definitely be proud of what we have done and how far we have come. So this document we're going to generate will be the backbone and the legal base for the Biafra to continue the diplomatic war, I would say, or fight for the recognition of Biafra as an independent state. Why our state, de facto government, will continue to strengthen its functionality and its activities as a government. And gradually, we will begin to prepare for a transitional government of Biafra, which will be supervised by international community in due time. Mark my word, everything I'm saying is going to happen the way I'm saying it. I did not come here to do gambling. I did not come here to do check and balance. I have come with a template that will be a model for others to follow. And after this particular freedom of Biafra, every one of you has made a history that will be used as a precedent for others to learn how to make something out of nothing, how to build road where there is no road, how to break doors that many people have tried for decades to break, and we just came with one hammer and break it. Everything I'm saying will happen the way I'm saying it. So whenever you are confronted with that question of how are you declaring Biafra in the international community or declaring Biafra abroad, tell them we are declaring Biafra abroad because the recognition of Biafra is going to come from abroad. We are closer to those that will recognize Biafra. The recognition of Biafra is not going to come from Nigeria. It's not going to come from Africa, as a matter of fact, because Africa has been captured by corrupt terrorists and their organizations, and they have no intention of competing against nations innovatively. All they are after is religious conquest and, of course, Islamization of many countries. That's all they are after. They are not after the human, ordinary person and ordinary citizen in the street. And Biafra is coming to change that. So when you are confronted with all those propaganda, tell them we are declaring the restoration of Biafra from abroad and from exile. Because one, we are not the only country to have done it, or the only reason is that our own is more peculiar and our own is more dangerous. The people who are fighting are very dangerous and devilish and demonic country. Not only that they are demonic, they are also a terrorist state. So we needed to have more severe response and more proactive approach to make sure we tackle them from all corners. So if you watch, you see that for the past 2-3 years, we have been fighting Nigeria from all corners. We fight from media, we defeat them. We are fighting on the ground, we are defeating them. And you can see they are running every day. When they see people carrying gun, they run. But after running, you will see Nigerians coming to the comment section to tell you, oh, you are endangering the life of the people. Now they will come back. And you want to support a country like that comes back after innocent civilians. But when they see the people carrying gun, they run. They run and come back for innocent civilians to kill them. And that is the kind of country you are proud of. But one thing you don't know is one day, they will also come for the innocent and your family will be part of it. So do not support evil so that evil will not befall you. It does not know tribe, does not know religion, it does not know anything other than come and kill and destroy. Do not support evil. It doesn't pay. We will continue to engage Nigeria ruthlessly until Nigeria disappears from Biafra land. And the disappearance of Nigeria has actually started. Judiciary will be closed, completely closed indefinitely. And those who have not yet closed after our warning, they will be met with a very big resistance very soon. You know, we don't talk and we just leave it like it does not matter how long it takes. So those who, if there is any other appeal court or the terrorist appeal court that have brought anarchy to our land, they are still doing shit baka baka. Don't worry. We are not going to tell them again. But our message have been delivered in the first place. So the next message will come in the name of action. You are going to leave. Nigeria institution can never, ever be allowed, because all they have done to our land is anarchy, criminality, and unrest and instability. That's all they have brought to our people. There is nothing, no development, no justice, no fairness, no equity, no rule of law. Everything is completely bastardized, and we are ending it to bring alternative to our people. Those asking, what about those locked up? They should be released. As a matter of fact, we have already embarked on a project of freeing every kidnapped Biafrans. We will visit this execution center called detention centers, one after the other. It will start very soon, if it has not started actually. All those people that are kidnapped and locked up somewhere will all be released, or we will force them to be freed. By the time we go 2 to 3 places, the heaven will hear our story. Thank you very much, everyone. May God bless you.
Ukalamwa Abatavie.
All right. We heard that. I want us to know that propaganda will continue to go. The people that their job is to fight against the coming of Biafra or re-establishment of Biafra, we do everything because they are paid. And I want us to look back and think, all these are the same people that told you they want Biafra. They love Mazenam Kano. Biafra is our land. We are Biafrans. They carry flag, they hoist everywhere, up and down. I want you to ask yourself, if these people truly want Biafra, will they be fighting against anybody that is bringing Biafra? I want you to, for example, you have seen Wazirike do memorial celebration of the past heroes memorial celebration or day, or Mazo Dumegu Ojuku memorial, whatever you see him celebrate. Have you seen anybody like myself or our prime minister come out to say, hey, Wazirike is a doubt, this thing you are doing, you are deceiving people? Have you seen that? No. One thing we must understand is that this is Biafra. This is not IPOB. I've been saying this from the one. IPOB is only an organization which the criminals have hijacked, believing that by hijacking it, they have hijacked Biafra, not knowing that this is Biafra that we are talking about, that God have established Biafra with Biafrans that are intelligent, smart, wise, blessed, intellectuals, that knows the difference between organization and a nation. Now, I want you to know and understand and ask yourself a simple question. When you were an organization called IPOB, Nigeria and the intellectuals that are their subordinates proscribed you. And today, when you were only few making noise in states, one state or the other, they proscribed you. Have you imagined or asked this question? Why is it that Nigeria cannot come out today to tell you we proscribe to Biafra, we proscribe to Simon Ekpa, we proscribe the people of Biafra government? Have you imagined that? Because they know that this Biafra we are looking for, this government we are talking about today, are following everything in the book of law, which they themselves, Nigeria, signed. So I want us to understand it. By the way, towards the end, at the end, I think the last statement our Prime Minister made was about the rescue mission, freeing those that are kidnapped. The mission is on. Last weekend, we saw a lot of them freed. These are people that did nothing just because they are able young men. Sometimes they see scars on their face, they see tattoo, they say, yes, that tattoo is because you are a Biafran army. They will take you. If you manage to escape that, you will live in miserable cage. Unless in a time like this that Biafran people's army have begun to liberate them. So the mission, the rescue mission is on. Last weekend, you can testify. That's why you need to join Twitter. If you have not been on Twitter, if you don't have Twitter account, try and get them for one so that you go they enter every day. If you enter, go our Prime Minister's handle, go check. You go see any update there. Follow people, follow me, follow other people you know. Anywhere you see good news, follow. You go there informed. So the mission is on, and that is by the way. So now let us move to the other side of the news. And what is the other side of the news? The other side of the news is the news that Nigeria, or is Nigeria Islamic State? I want you to first of all see this video. I want you to see this video. This video is video of farmers. This happened about 2 months ago. Farmers being protected or guarded by the so-called Nigerian army so that they can do their farm without the Boko Haram or any other group coming to attack them. But I want to ask you, only this month of November, can you give record of how many attacks has been carried out on farmers? Can you give record of how many people that has been their head removed from their body? That they don't separate them. They don't buy. Nobody say they buy. This time, they go buy, comot the head, carry the head, waka. You go see body, you no go see the head. Now, waiting that they do this day. That including Chinese personnels, all of them. So I want us to see and understand that all these are the propaganda they are doing to distract, to deceive, to confuse the people that are the gullible, that think that there is hope anywhere for them. I want to ask you a question. How many people do you see doing this from here? How many people? If you protect these 3, 4, 5 women, will you protect the other people? propaganda is ongoing. So quickly, let us start to look into this Nigeria being Islamic State or not being Islamic State. Meanwhile, I want us to see this. See this video. Listen to this as well. These are the people of Edo, Igodomigodo. They have come out to tell you. You see, if you listen to our Prime Minister last week broadcast, he made it clear. Men will be ready, but all that these men need not to be equipped. Men will be ready. Men are the go. Men are the go. Men are go. Call it anywhere. Every Biafran land now have men from that indigenous area that are ready to protect their territory. All they need from you is support, funds to support them. Support them. Support them. Finish. That's all they're asking you. Support them. So we move.
Okay. We also have a report from the Chief of Defense Staff telling the House of Reps that Simon Ekpa is frustrating their efforts in the Southeast. Now, the Chief of Defense Staff, that is Christopher Musa, General Christopher Musa, has accused self-proclaimed Biafra agitator Simon Ekpa of undermining the efforts of security forces in the Southeast. General Musa said this while heading a delegation of other service chiefs and the Inspector General of Police during their appearance before the House of Representatives on Tuesday, November 21. In the aftermath of Nnamdi Kanu's arrest, Ekpa had asserted his leadership in the agitation for the restoration of Biafra. I wouldn't want to call it the restoration of Biafra, but that's the word that's being used in the media, for Biafra. Agitation for Biafra, not restoration, but because it will seem as if it had been a country before. It is widely believed that Ekpa is allegedly providing financial support to armed groups operating in the Southeast, who often enforce the sit-at-home order declared by Ekpa. Accusing Finland of safeguarding Ekpa, Musa urged the federal government to initiate diplomatic dialogue with the Finnish government and invite the Finnish ambassador to Nigeria to address the concerns surrounding the activities of the agitator. Musa acknowledged the efforts of the military and other security agencies in maintaining peace in the Southeast, but he expressed concern that Ekpa's comments and actions were undermining these efforts. When I was reading this story, I was just remembering the Umaru Diku incident. You know, this is Nigeria, where we attempted to smuggle someone in a bag or a box back to Nigeria in those days. You don't mess with Nigeria. But how can someone stay in a foreign country and be instigating the people back home to be killing themselves? Because as far as...
Are you listening to him? You don't mess with... He is praising Nigeria for going to kidnap somebody. Are you listening to him? He don't know he is an international figure. That is a newscaster sitting down to cast his news for the world to listen. He is here sitting down telling you, don't mess with Nigeria. They can go to anywhere and kidnap whoever. Are you listening to him? No diplomacy.
Mazugo.
Hey, no law, no nothing. I didn't hear you, bro.
Yeah, can I come in here later? You see the stupidity and the level of imbecility in this journalist, the broadcaster. Even throughout his learning, I do not know how old this guy is. Throughout his learning in school, he never for one day come across the Declaration of Biafra in 1969. 1967
You know,
or anything.
don't you hear what he said? He said, I wouldn't want to call that. Because
Call it the
he's telling
restoration.
you of him. He's not telling you of the situation. He said, I have not seen it as something, as a nation or a country.
No, but understand, there are people that doesn't know about Biafra. If this guy will stand in the public domain to make this imbecilic utterance, everybody knew that there were so many countries in the world that recognized Biafra when Biafra was declared. A country that has their own currency and fought one of the biggest and one of the most dangerous war at the time, apart from Second World War. Apart from Second World War, which other war was heavier, stronger, miserable than the Biafran War?
But Max, the First World War lasted for how long?
The First World War, I don't know how long it lasted. The First War, I think the First World War was between the Allied forces, the interest group, and the emperor against the Japanese.
But I'm not sure any of them lasted, whether first or second. I'm not sure any of them lasted for 3 years.
No, I don't think so. That is what I will find out.
Biafrans lasted for 3 years. And I want us to understand that this Biafra we are talking about is the world that joined together against the Biafra.
Exactly. You see, if you go and look at what Akintoye said, he said that Awolowo said that if not the support Nigeria enjoyed at that time, he said that war wouldn't have lasted for 2 or 3 months.
3 months.
Because of how belligerent the Biafran soldiers, were. That is why I am proud of our people. With the limited resources and there is what we call, they were not fighting with internationally manufactured weaponry. You understand that? They were fighting with improvised, what they were able to produce within their own environment. The kind of things that they can garner within their own environment. And that is the reason why I would tell you that Biafra, there is no hero or heroine that is worthy to be, appreciated in the world apart from the Biafran people. Because these were people that were making use of even sand were made use of to defend their land. For this guy to come here and begin to talk this nonsense, Prezi, you don't mess with now. When Nigeria tried it under the imposter that is now in a casino, so tried it during his time against Somaridiko and against the so-called British imperialists. Did Nigeria not pay a bitter price for it?
All of them that plane was seized. They were all arrested and they detained in the United Kingdom. All of them.
Yes.
And Nigeria was fined.
And they were fined. The plane was detained. Nigeria suffered diplomatic, row, or let me say, diplomatic row. For how many? Is it close to about 2 or 3 years? It was very, very difficult at time. In fact, they paid the price for it. This one will come here. You are speaking to the world, national community. They are listening to you, and you are in one way or the other encouraging and praising a country that followed all international principles and conventions, raising flags for them. You are an idiot. You are an idiot. You are a compound buffoon. Because I don't see a person with, reasonable thinking that is going to support the illegality, the international, illegality Nigeria,
Max, it's not just
committed.
that Max, so it's not just that he's supporting them. He is boasting of what they have done. And this man has forgotten that, or this boy have forgotten that he is a newscaster and not a blogger. Coming here, sitting here in the name of broadcasting news, telling us that I know that is what is written, but I wouldn't want them to see it as if they have existed as a nation before. I don't even see them as a nation that have existed before. And then he came to the second part of it and said, Nigeria went then and they kidnapped and put a motorcycle in a sack. I trust Nigeria. Don't joke with Nigeria. You can imagine the trash coming out of one Onyenkanwa. As a newscaster.
That is the
a rotten nation is a rotten nation.
Remember, Nigeria is ingrained with impunity, wickedness. Look, let me tell you, when you look at people like this, he is there as a broadcaster. That is what they call balancing. This man is making a personal opinion about what he felt. He is allowing his own personal opinion to obfuscate his sense of reasoning and his professional ethics. You see, these are some of you don't emotions when you are talking about people, because there are two people involved here now. The people you are talking about is Biafra and Nigeria, and to a larger extent, the war. So you don't issue or give out your own personal, your own opinion to the subject matter under discussion. You don't do that, considering you as a journalist. I tell you that also in his private house or in his private corner, he is the the activities of the Biafran people. He's against it. Because if it is not against it, he will not come here to espouse his own personal opinion on a subject matter that involves Biafra and Nigeria. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Max. Thank you so much for being there. Thank you.
As I'm concerned, the Southeasterners are killing themselves because the bulk of the victims are Southeasterners as well. So how can someone be instigating people to fight a country and then to kill himself, and another country is shielding this person? Or is it that Nigeria is not doing enough to make sure that this person is brought to book or something? What other way do they define?
But already you have said that you don't joke. You are boasting of them. Why do you need to bring them to book? Nigeria never bring anybody to book because Nigeria don't even have a book. Nigeria don't follow rules. Nigeria don't have rule. They don't have engagement. They don't have law. They don't have justice at all. So what book are you thinking about that you're talking about? How? Ezoku, give them brown envelope, they will call devil God.
Find terrorism and terrorism financing and terrorism enabling, Is he not an enabler of terrorism in the southeast of Nigeria? So why is the Finnish government keeping him? There are a lot of questions that maybe we need to ask.
Pause it there. Let me say something. You see, Mazuko, you see, I would have said these are the kind of videos, although we are learning from them, but for me, I would have said, my honest opinion now, I would have said we should throw this into a trash can. You see, let me tell you, this man is said that Finland is shielding a terrorist, someone who which court, even in the zoo, have proscribed Mazi Simon Ekpa, the Biafran Republic government right now, as a terrorist group? Which court? And Mazugo, these are some of the things. If you can, if you're a man like this, what about, is it Mazi Simon Ekpa, the Prime Minister of Biafran Republic government in exile? He is calling a terrorist. What?
Max, are you there? Are you there? Okay.
You are.
I got it. Okay.
Breaking on. Okay. Someone by the Prime Minister of Biafran Republic government in exile that he can solicit for his arrest in Finland. The people that the United Arab Emirates, the names that was given to Nigeria, was given to Nigeria, the financiers of Boko Haram, the terrorist organizations in Nigeria, majority, all of them are from the northern part of Nigeria. I do not know where this guy is coming from, because from his accent, you can see maybe it's from the Midwestern states or not.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
It's I don't think he is from the eastern part of okay.
Max, your network is doing another different magic. Okay. Before you come back,
not talking about the release product. Why is he only
Max, we are not hearing you. Can you hear me?
Okay, can you hear me now?
Max, we don't hear you.
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
Now we can hear you very well. Go on, we can hear you now.
Okay. What I was saying is this. See, there are people whose name were given to the terrorists. How would they prosecute them? If Nigeria should be a sane country, I believe by now the names of those people would have been out and prosecutions will be carried out. Investigation and consequently prosecutions will be carried out on these people that are mainly the northern political elite and their wealthy northerners. These are the people that are funding terrorism in the north. Because they are involved. That is the reason why it cannot be checkmate. They are involved and they cannot checkmate it in the north. If they were not involved, by now, it has been nipped in the bud. You see, these are some of the things that we are talking about. When you come to Biafra land, Biafran people are fighting for liberation from the criminal construct, from the company, from the shopping mall of the British people. Their shopping mall. Okay, these are what they are fighting. Their things are so much taken away from them by these same people. So that is how that is the reason why we are doing what we are doing. If not, you wouldn't see me. I wouldn't see you.
Of course.
We are defending our land from invasion, which the British is presiding over. They presided, the Queen of England, late Queen of England, presided over the killing of over 3 to 4 million Biafrans. And he was happy, clapping, shouting on how they supported Nigeria to quell Biafran agitators, and thinking that what they did that time, that history will not repeat, that history will not teach us what they did to us, irrespective of how they managed to criminally remove history in their curriculum. They thought that we will not know what was going on. Today, you see us, like Prophet Iginla said, if you take out Nnamdi Kanu, you will get more than 10 West Nnamdi Kanus. And we are getting there. They thought that when they do the same thing they did to Wazirike, IPOB under Mazen Nnamdi Kanu will go down. But they never knew that a time like this will come, that one of us, very young amongst us, is the one now that is leading and creating different avenues and recognitions right across the world. They never saw this coming. They never saw this coming. God, see, I told you before, when a man, any man that the God wants to kill, they will first of all make him deaf. You know, they thought that to show how strong they are, like this idiotic journalist said, you don't mess with Nigeria. They thought that, when you bring Mazen Nnamdi Kanu will be dealt with and nobody will support Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. But the more they hold Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, the more the fire is burning under their feet. And that is exactly what is happening. Maybe, who knows, if Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was still broadcasting, maybe we will not be at this level.
Sure. How will you come out? I wouldn't come out. To tell you the truth, the day I came out to begin talking about Biafra was the day I saw him covered with heat in Nigeria, being brought back to Nigeria, taken to court. That was the day I cried, tears dropped. I was dropping tears like this. I said, no, that was when I began talking. That was the point I picked up. I was doing my blogging before now. I wasn't interested in talking about Biafra.
Mazuko, that is what you see. There comes a time in the life of every man, every human being, that something will push you. And that is exactly what happened to us. I have been following Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, even more so. I started following them because I saw a lot of things while I was serving in the army. The injustices that were meted out to our people. And that is the reason why. Do you know that former Vice President, is it Vice Admiral? I think Vice Admiral.
No,
Ebutikiwe.
Okay, Admiral. He was Admiral, Air Force.
Yeah.
Admiral.
Admiral. No, he'd be Navy. He was the Navy. He was a naval officer.
Navy. Sorry, yeah. Rear Admiral.
Yeah.
Ebutikiwe.
Yeah. So it be the way the answer. Vice Admiral. When you say it be Air Marshal, and the rest of them, Commodore. You see, so this man, one of the things that, because he was an Igbo man, Igbo speaking Biafran that was, there, close, number second in Nigeria at that time, under Babangida. Because of the treatment and the act of insubordination. In the army, there is what we call insubordination, especially from Abacha and the likes of Abacha. This man and the enlistment of Nigeria into the OIC. These were the two major reasons that I can tell you today that made Ebutikiwe to leave, retire. Say he was not, he voluntarily retired.
Immediately from the hall, once he retired, he said, I will not be a part of it. And he was told, if you will not be a part of it, you better walk out. And he was walking out, and he was told from that point that you have to walk away. The official car, the driver that brought him to the event, to the meeting, the official car that brought him was taken away from him there. His rank was taken away. The man had to walk I think I've forgotten who sent a motor, called his driver, and they sent another private motor to come and pick him up to drop him in his house.
That is exactly how it is. You see, when you want to stand, for the right things to be done in that corrupt system, you will be stabbed. They will stab you from all parts of your body. It is only God that will make you survive. I'm telling you the truth, because that is who they are. A country that encourages evil, my brother, would never make any meaningful effort, would never make progress. Rather, there will be retrogression in that contraption. So for me, whatever this guy is saying here, I would have loved him to say, those people the United Arab Emirates has given, the list that was given, these people have given, UAE has given to Nigeria. Why not go to them and begin to prosecute them? You are fighting someone who is in Finland. By the way, what is the distance from Nigeria to Finland? So him, if he really wants Simon Ekpa to be arrested, why can't you go to Finland over there and fight, for his extradition? You are in your home, Nigeria, terrorist country, and you are fighting a man who has seen the light of what a sane country should be, Finland, and he cannot obtain in his own homeland. And that is what he's fighting to be liberated out of it. And you are there kicking against him. You are kicking against stone, my brother. You see, you are kicking against stone. Biafrans are stones. What we do is spiritual. You cannot deal with a man who has volunteered his time and energy and occupation. Most of us, our occupation is Biafra. You cannot, extinguish the mind of those kind of people and their activities. So we are getting there. So Mazuko, I am not surprised with what is going on. All these things will happen. You see, this attack will continue. It will continue even when Biafra is restored. All this attack will continue. You see, so, but the only thing I will assure Biafrans is that they are in the minority and they cannot do any fuck up. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Let's listen to Mazena and the Ghana before we move on.
Not be alive today. That is the price you pay for duplicity. That is the price you pay for treachery. That is the price you will continue to pay until you rise up and say enough is enough. Nothing. Every day you read, you lament, you complain. Every day you read, you lament. And that's all you do. That is all you do. You read, you lament, you complain. You do nothing about it. Your lives are being taken away from you. Your forests are being occupied. Your mothers are being raped. Your daughters are being abducted. And the whole national government, presidency, is supporting such people. And you're telling me that Nigeria is viably sustainable. Is that what you're telling me? That somehow this contraption is sustainable, it is viable. It can never be. There is nothing more precious in life than freedom. Freedom is very important. The Fulanis are done with you, believe you me. If you don't rise up now to fight for your freedom, by the time Fulanis are done with you, you'll be more useless than a Hausa peasant doing Babi Allah somewhere in Zaria. That is the future that awaits you. The more you keep on supporting evil in the zoo, the more your land will be taken from you. The more your daughters will be raped and abducted, the more your sons will be slaughtered in cold blood. And under one Nigeria, there is nothing you can do about it. Absolutely nothing. Okay. Go through the statements of Ohaneze and see the contradictions in it. Nigeria is not working. We are marginalized. And then you come back and say Nigeria is one. We must stay in it together. Are you not foolish? These are the useless intellectuals that you have. On one hand, you say Nigeria is not working. You're marginalized. You are being discriminated against. You're suffering. They're killing you everywhere. And you come back to the same place and say Nigeria must be one. Had Nigerians gotten together to say they want to be part of this useless contraption, that's entirely their business. I'm a Democrat, I've subscribed to it. But have you asked yourself this question?
Why is it that all those asking you to remain in one Nigeria has something to gain from Nigeria, or they have benefited in the past? Nothing more, nothing less. And Biafra.
Okay, cool and cool. We continue. So let us go over to what is his name? Jagaban, representing his people. One thing you must understand or know is that as long as you are in Nigeria, as long as you're a Nigerian, Jagaban today is there in Saudi Arabia representing you under the name Nigeria Islamic country. He did not go there to represent you as Nigeria secular state or Nigeria democratic or democracy state or Nigeria Christian state. He went there as President of Nigeria, one of the Islamic states. This is something that people are not trying, or they don't even want to hear or see or listen or hear about. So today, what is Tinubu demanding? What is he demanding in the Saudi Arabia he went to last Saturday or Sunday morning? He arrived there. What really is Tinubu going there to ask? Did Tinubu go there to demand or pray or beg them, please come to Nigeria, help me to defeat this Islamic war against my people? No. Did Tinubu go there to ask them, come help me, a new organization has emerged, even I have not finished fighting the ones that are there? No. Did Tinubu go there to call them, come, we want to restructure Nigeria to be a better place? Did he go there to tell them, come, invest in Nigeria because all the foreign investors done wrong? They don't John Benson, they don't Usain Bolt. What did he go there to do? You will see it. Don't worry. Listen, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu on Monday, today, in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, called for an end to Israeli aggression in Gaza, warning that the conflict in Palestine has persisted for too far, or has persisted for far too long, inflicting immeasurable suffering. Did you get that? This is the man where in house they burn fire. He say he no consign am. Waiting consign am na another man land. We know the burn fire. Na him be problem. Are you getting it? Now I am asking all of these things we claim to be human beings fighting against our prime minister, against you, against me, against the restoration of Biafra. What is this that you are not seeing, or that you are seeing that you are not seeing correctly, or that you are not seeing very well? What is that? When you have decided not to face lies, you are fighting Simon Ekpa. Why the people that paid you to come and fight Simon Ekpa are busy restructuring Nigeria the way they want it to be restructured? You see, people are busy calling for restructuring. calling for restructuring, hoping that there is a kind of restructuring or a kind of new Nigeria that is coming, not knowing that the new Nigeria you are calling for, the kind of restructuring you are calling for, is what you are saying right now. Nigeria have been restructured. The new Nigeria have emerged, where your Christian pastors and people will go to pilgrimage, sponsored by Nigeria in Turkey, an Islamic land, where your president will leave everything burning. Your people are dying of hunger. Your people are being whatever happening. Insurgent group are rising, recruiting people, paying them 1 million naira each to get recruited into the organization. You flee away to Riyadh in Saudi Arabia to attend Islamic countries meeting to demand for Israel to stop aggression against Palestine people. Those fighting against the coming of Biafra, the only one thing I have for you, or I will tell you people, is that you should continue. You should continue. Period. Because if you stop, you are finished. You don't have to stop. You must continue. Continue in your foolishness. Bible says, give drink to the fool, let his foolishness increase, or let him perish in his foolishness. That's what it is. So let us listen to this part of the program again. Like I said, Aguado today, I know they go anywhere. We go listen to all of them from beginning to end. Why are you not playing?
Into communities.
Hold on. Let me refresh it. Just a moment. Give me a moment. Let me get back to the video. Hold on.
How did they? It is as they ask for urgent attention. We'll be analyzing what is this look. Everyone, and let's get started. First and foremost, let me bring you up to speed with what is happening. There is being a national dialogue on the state of the Nigerian polity, and there are national leaders and leaders of thought who gathered here in Abuja today, discussing on the state of the polity, what system of government best suits our nation, and some of them are advocating for parliamentary system of government, saying that what we currently run is not working. Take a listen to some of them.
I am opposed to executive system of government. I believe a collective arrangement which parliamentary system guarantees.
You see, one thing people are not talking about is they are discussing about the system they want to run. Nobody knows the system they are running now. Are you getting me? Nobody can tell you This is the system of government Nigeria is running. You are not running parliamentary. You are not running, you claim you are not running Islamic, but you have Islamic police, you have Islamic courts, you have Islamic army, you have Islamic court judge. All these people are carrying out their respective duties. Allocations are being allotted to them. As you do budget for Nigeria judiciary, you do budget for Nigeria Islamic judiciary. As you do budget for Nigeria army, you do budget for Nigeria Islamic army. As you do budget for Nigeria police, you do budget for Nigeria Islamic police. All these things are what you don't know, and you will not discuss it. You will gather to discuss Simon Ekpa is the evil. Simon Ekpa is the enemy. Simon Ekpa is the problem. If Simon Ekpa is the problem, what is the solution? Nigeria currently don't have any system of government because the government of Sharia don't need a system, but Sharia directors and direction is the only way. So don't be deceived when you see these people coming to sit down to we have to current system is not working. What is that current system that is not working? In no name, the current system that is not working. What is the name? Abi Owuraha. Before you will tell me that this system is not working, that system must have, what is the name of the system that is not working before you start looking for another system?
Mazuko. Mazuko, see, what we should understand is this. Nigeria is running what they call presidential system of government.
And I don't agree with you. They are not running anything. Or they say
wait
they
now.
are. When you
Wait
tell me
now.
they say they
Wait
are
now.
running, I will agree with you.
Wait now. They can. You know why they say this? I've said it under an authority. They borrowed it from American system of government. That is what they borrowed. They hire the Senate and the House of Representatives, the upper house and the lower house. And the Nigeria also will claim in their paper that they are a federation, where when they now come, they have states. You have executive, you have you have the federal, you have states, and you have the local government, the 3 tiers. Now that is a federation on paper. But what I'm trying to tell you now is this: are they practicing this? How can you join presidential? How can you join presidential? Then you join a federation again into it. What name are you going to call it? Nigeria do not know what they are practicing. They will just go. See, that thing that is American system, presidential system, not working for them. It's working for them. And they are, where they are making
it. Because they are practicing it.
Yes, because it is working for them. Where they make mistake, they are righting the wrongs as they move on. But Nigeria, whatever that is workable in a different sphere, in a different environment, bring it to Nigeria. They go bastardize it. They brought Yahoo. They brought Yahoo. Nigeria bring Yahoo Plus. Yahoo Z. They bring the people now try to modernize the Yahoo Z now to cut them off. They bring Yahoo Plus. So anything you bring, whatever you bring into that country that is working in other climes will never work in Nigeria because of the wickedness of the people. That is it. The wickedness of the people is the reason why Nigeria will never work. If you like, go and bring your vice chancellor or your president to come and work in Nigeria with that current status quo that is there, he will fail. If you like, bring Angel Gabriel, if it is possible, the powerful angel of God.
Even if you like, bring Jesus.
He will never work with that. I'm telling you, they will corrupt him. That is how Nigeria is. Nigeria is the embodiment of corruption and evil. I do not know those people who are sitting down there, just like Mazen Nambekano said, if you are not benefiting, if you are not benefiting from this corrupt status quo, why are you fighting to be there, for it to be in existence, for it to be one? Why, if you are not benefiting? Why must you? How can you be fighting for what you are not benefiting from? All of them are benefiting. And that is the reason why you see them do what they do. When you come out, you see them challenging us the way they are challenging us. And if they don't do, their foot soldiers will come after us because we want to put Sansan into their gare. That is what is going on, my brother. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
It's best for a nation like Nigeria if indeed we are committed to advancing the interests of the large population and mass of our people.
Any system that we will build that will not make the people in power fear the people, but the people instead will be afraid of those in power.
Did you get that? Any system that will make the people in power, that means in explanation, in conversation, they need a system of government where even now that you means nothing to the government. This is they want a government of the politicians, for the politicians, by the politicians. A government of the politicians oppressing you, suppressing you, buying you, dehumanizing you, no law, no rule, no just, no ease. That is the kind of government they want. A government that will make you to be scared, be afraid of the politicians. That is what the man is telling you. That is the system they want. Not a system where they will be scared or where they will be afraid of giving you account of what they are doing. They want a system where you will not even come and ask them for accountability. When your allocation are being given to them, you cannot come there asking. Listen to him again. Listen.
If indeed we are committed to advancing the interests of the large population and mass of our people.
Listen to him now. Listen.
Any system that we will build that will not make the people in power fear the people, but the people instead will be afraid of those in power, is an imperial democracy. It will never work. It will never produce any result.
It's said today that the best form of government is democracy, and we have opted for that. So if we have opted for that, we must do it well. If our system is running badly, what is the position of religious communities and leaders in this mess?
I like the idea of the homegrown effort. This is a very key word, because if you borrow a system that has been nurtured in entirely a different history, social, cultural environment, it will not work for you. If we keep borrowing and borrowing and borrowing, we'll become enslaved by ideas and systems that do not quite fit and solve our own problems.
All right, you heard some of those speakers and those who debated on that matter today. It gets our attention on the program. I will be looking in more detail into it. Yeah, we'll look at Lukarawa. That is a new terror group that the military said has emerged in northwestern Nigeria. There are those who say, no, it is not new. 6 years ago, those residents and the locals in those areas are aware. Some of them allowed them in. The defense headquarters have said as much. How these people originated, we'll be giving you insight into how this new terror group, so-called new terror group, has infiltrated. How do we nip it in the bud and ensure that another Boko Haram, or if is it not as big as Boko Haram? Is it as more of a threat to our nation as Boko Haram? How do we deal with it? We'll be getting insight tonight. One of the leaders of the region and a very top security expert and consultant will be talking to us on the program. But then, before we get talking, let's check out some of your political roundup stories.
Avoid selling their votes and cast their votes for the Labour Party. Other factors such as lives. The appeal was made in a brief.
The president is one of the world leaders that have been invited by the leadership of the Saudi Arabian government to speak on some national issues. All right, let's get started. We do know that the acting chief of army staff has visited Sokoto State, and over the last few days, we understand there were attacks in Kebbi State in respect of the so-called new terror group, Lukarawa. Let me allow you to listen to what the defense headquarters once said about this group, Lukarawa.
Troops are confronted with a new terrorist sect in the Northwest. This sect is known as Lakurawa. The Lakurawas are affiliated to terrorists from the Sahel, particularly from Mali and Niger republics. They began incursion into northwestern part of Nigeria, namely Sokoto and Kebbi states. And like I mentioned, they came in from Niger and the Mali axis. Now, why are we seeing this at this time? This came as a result of the coup that took place.
It's really tragic. All right, then, that was what the defense headquarters said a few days ago. But the new acting chief of army staff visited Sokoto State, and he was on the ground as soon as he got into the saddle, and this is what he observed as soon as he got on the ground.
There will always be challenges. Now, the issue is how do we react to those challenges? So one of the reasons why I'm here is to charge up my soldiers to brace up to challenge, and that we shall do. My charge to the community people is for them to support us, because the fact is that Nigeria Army belongs to all Nigerians. And if we don't get their support, we can't succeed. And if we don't succeed, that means Nigeria itself will not be secured. And we need Nigeria to be secured so that we can have economic prosperity.
All right, then. What do we know about this group, Lakurawa? What does it mean? Who are they? How did they originate? This is the little that we do know about them. We do know that based on information and some intelligence, that they were once referred to as harmless herders. They were seen as herders, herdsmen who got into communities around Sokoto, Kebbi State. And 6 years ago, locals noticed the activities in Tangaza, Gudu areas of Sokoto State. Said to be a group of herders operating in the Marake and Zanu forest. Now, how did they now get to have infiltrated the area? This is a little that we do know. We do know that the military said locals welcomed the group into their midst willingly, and also that the group began to spread ideology after they settled into those communities. And now group have now mastered the terrain. They now know the terrain as much as the locals. Now, they've now imposed levies on locals and community people there. What is their modus operandi? This is what we know now. Attack on communities and travelers around that area. They kill, kidnap victims. They also demand ransom. The military, this is what the military is telling us now, based on the public information in the public domain. Now, the group from Republic of Niger in the wake of the recent coup, and that the group is linked to terrorist group in Niger Republic and Mali, and the group has infiltrated Sokoto and Kebbi. So we do know that a few days ago, scores of persons were killed in Kebbi State. Let's get some more insight into this. One man that has been researching and speaking to the people on the ground, finding out what exactly is going on, the nature, ideology, modus operandi, the orientation, the mission and the vision of this Lukarawa group. What do they mean? Why are they setting out? Why did we allow them to go this far? He's a researcher and on issues of extreme terrorism. Mr. Bulama Bukati, who is also a lawyer. He joins us from London virtually. Thank you so much, Mr. Bukati, for joining us tonight on the program. Give us an understanding. When I was speaking with you earlier on the program, you said these guys are not new. The appellation of a new terror group, according to you, is not true.
Yeah, it's not true, Sheun, because the group that are called Lakurawa today have been sporadically living or camping in the northwestern part of Nigeria for over 6 years now. They first started illegally entering Nigeria around 2016, 2017, but they did not stay permanently. What they do, and that's what they do till today, is that they move in, stay for a few months, and then they go back to the Sahel or wherever they are coming from in Niger. And from the information I am gathering, what could be happening, and this is my hypothesis so far, is that this is a group that is being fought by the Nigerian and the Malian military. And whenever there is a sustained pressure by the military in Niger and Mali, they move out of Niger and Mali, come in northwestern Nigeria in order to regroup and to recuperate and then go back and continue to fight in the Sahel. And they have been doing that at least since 2017. The Nigerian army was aware because in 2018, the communities reported this group that they are concerned for their security because there is a new group that is armed and the people don't look like Nigerians. And the police investigated and held a press conference in 2018, reported by several Nigerian newspapers. But if you look at, you search Lakurawa today, you will see a Daily Trust report in 2018 when the police said they have investigated and that these people are armed, but they are not violent, and therefore people should continue to live in peace with them.
Are you getting the message? These people have been in the country for more than 6 years now. And when people raise alarm, Nigeria military, no. Nigeria police went out to investigate, and they saw them armed, equipped with sophisticated arms. And they came back to tell the people, don't worry, they have arms, but they don't use it on human beings. They use it on spirits, rather. They use it on spirits, because everything about Nigeria now is spiritual. So they use it on spirits, or they use it on corruption. I think that should be the best word. They use their arms on corruption. They use it against corruption. They use it against indiscipline. They use it against Yahoo. They use it against anything, but they are not harmful people. Are you getting them? This is Nigeria giving you the information. I want us to know anytime you hear anybody coming out to tell you that Nigeria is fighting insecurity, ask that person, how can you be fighting the people you know? How can you be searching for the people you know, the people you see, the people you know, where they live, how they stay, where they camp, where they group, where they train, and you are looking for them?
Mazugo.
Okay, you are seated. Yeah, and they hear you.
Yes, yes. You see, let me tell you. There is nothing that is happening in Nigeria that the Nigerian intelligence operative do not know. Is because they decide, those that are occupying, that are heading these organizations are accomplices of this mayhem that is going on. When they tell you of Lukarawa is like this guy said, they've been there a long, long time ago. Who was the police IGP 6 years ago? Was he not, who, is it Idris? Is it Idris, the transmission?
I think
Or the other one?
no, the transmitting came in. He didn't stay long. It was the one that stayed before him.
Okay. So I think we have to find out who was the IGP at that time 6 years ago.
I mean, the person that was IG, the person that was COS, the person that was chief of army staff, the person was CDS. Does it matter?
No, it matters. It matters to me because I'm telling you simply because I was in there.
Okay.
If the man said no, you won't do anything. If the man on top is someone that has interest in what they are doing, he will never.
Max, it doesn't matter. I mean, is Musa is there today. If a new group is formed and the Musa will go to office to get a paper, are we going to fight these people or not? They say, no, don't fight them. Even if they are killing you people, don't fight them. Only send your people there to get killed. But select those that are not our people. Just select those who cook, send them there, they will get killed. That is why they are fleeing there.
Exactly. You see, we are saying the same thing. See, the reason why I am telling you this is because if I have interest in what those people are doing, what is the motive of these people? Is it not to take over Nigeria and run riot across the south and establish the Islamization of that country? If I'm a Muslim, yes, say I'm a Muslim and I'm Igbo, do you think I will not support them? I will support them. Yes, they are propagating my own religion. Therefore, I will support them. So this is what I'm telling you. The man that is there, just like Buhari went to Egypt and called his brothers and sisters to relocate to Nigeria. There are a big space for them. Ask them today, they will tell you that Nigeria is the promised land of their forefathers, and they will all go there to go and stay and live there. That is the reason why they are penetrating into our land, even Biafra. If not that they were chased away by Mazen Namda Khan, that time he established that formidable force, ESN, that chased them out, that they went to Channels TV. Mayeti Allah press chairman or whatever went to Channels TV and was crying that because of Mazen Namda Khan and ESN, they can no longer do their business. What business were you doing in the forest if not occupying the land that does not belong to you, taking it, and the owners will come in there to do their business, access their farmland? You kill them, rape them, and destroy them. So these are the things that these people are doing. These people were there. There is in the north, there is what they call Namu Namu. Our own is our own. They protect their own, whether they are bad or good. They first of all protect their own. But our own people, they will first of all chase you away. When the enemy is chasing you, you run to your house because they want to be liked. They want to be loved. They want to be politically correct. They want to look as if, oh, these people are good people. They don't tolerate nonsense. That is, they will lock their doors behind their children and the enemies will take them and do pepper soup. That is who we are. That is the kind of evil spirit that is in our people. They will first look at them, Igbo speaking Biafrans, the coastal areas on space. Look at what they are doing to those that have volunteered to fight for their own freedom, something that they cannot do. But when you are doing it, they are standing there criticizing you on daily basis, doing the bid of Nigeria, doing the bid of the people that wants Nigeria to be intact. So they will come against you. All these people, the investigation this guy was talking about was carried out, and they told them, no, leave them. They are peaceful. How can a man be peaceful? A man that is wielding automatic assault rifle will be peaceful. That was the same way Boko Haram came. They said they brought them because of election 2015. That was the reason why they brought them. Is it 2015 or so? The one that ousted a better good Lord Jonathan. So they brought them, they kept them, they fed them. And when they now succeeded, what they wanted to use them to do did not work. They wanted to ask them to go home. Then they shot the Hitler in Kaduna.
That story of they wanted them to go back, I never believed it too.
No, let me tell you one thing. There is a disagreement between them. There is a disagreement. But if you give me if you sign agreement, be agreement. We will pay you this amount. They were like mercenaries that they brought, religious mercenaries that they brought. So when they brought, the thing they expected that they wanted to use them for did not happen. What are you supposed to do? You think that now you have power, you can deal with them. Then they contacted their own people, they started fighting. Was it not the same means that the Kaduna state governor, Rufai, is it Rufai or whatever they call it? Rufai. Didn't he trace them and their families outside Nigeria and pay them to stop coming in to appease them? Did they stop? They discovered that it is a lucrative job. And all of them are working in hand. Call it ISIS, call it ISWAP, call it Boko Haram, call it armed Fulani herdsmen, call it Lakurawa or the rest of them. They have one agenda, and that one agenda is to Islamize Nigeria. Do not be cowed or coerced into believing that, oh, they are fighting for. No, they have all the terrorist group in the north. They have only one agenda, and that one agenda is Islamization of Nigeria and take over everything that belongs to you. That is what they are fighting. Now, let me tell you one thing. Let me ask you this question. I don't know whether you can give me the answer. Why is it that the Biafra land provides crude oil and gas that is making Nigeria what it is today, but the only blessing the North will give to us is terrorism? Another one will come out. Another one is also warming up now. They will come out in Duke. You will see what is going to happen again. Look, let me tell you, what Mazen Namdekano told them is about to happen. Mazen Namdekano said, while you are busy, putting your soldiers in Biafra land, you are leaving your back door open. The terrorists will occupy it. They will occupy it, and they will take it over from you. But you will not be safe in Biafra land because we are going to buy you as well. You will not have a place to go to. That is exactly what is happening now. Look at them. But look, by the end of next year, you will see another group will come, because there is still information that are coming out that we are still monitoring as well. And remember also that my border, where we live, we have the same common border with Burkina Faso. You know that Burkina Faso has been fighting them since the time they chased away France out of Burkina Faso. France is also involved in fighting the military distant there. The terrorists, they said they were fighting while they were there. They never fought any terrorists. They were using them to get resources that is on the ground. You admit it. They are using them to get resources that is on the ground. You understand? So when Traore came in and chased them away, so they couldn't stand it, they would try everything possible in order to destroy Traore. But as long as Traore, God is with him, he is fighting on the mandate of the people, there is nothing France will do. France is losing so much now. They are experiencing budget deficit. They are worried. They are now trying to do other things that they want to do in order to go. So, see, these are the things that are happening. So these terrorists will run away. They will come to, in fact, there is a report that they are coming to Ghana, my own country. You don't know them. We don't know them. They will come in and buy foodstuffs. They are using Ghana now as what they call, that is the report. But our security agencies has not certified those reports. As I'm just going to put it as alleged. So according to that foreign report, that they are coming in into the Ghana side to buy their resources that they are using to feed their, their terrorists in the forest. And sometimes too, there was also a report that when Traore used the drones, the area drones, UAVs, unarmed area vehicles to chase them, they were running away through the Ghana border to Benin, Togo, then to what do they call it? This place, Niger State. That is their base. Niger State is their base. And remember that Niger State houses the Tucanos, majority of the Air Forces, the jets, the Air Force planes and everything is in Kenji. You remember? So that is why when people would tell you that what will happen in Afghanistan is about to replicate in Nigeria. So you have to believe it, let's say about 70 or 75%. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Max. Thank you. So let's continue to listen to them.
In 2018, they killed a traditional ruler in the Tangaza local government, I believe, or was it Gudu local government, in Gudu local government area of Sokoto state. And they were again reported to the military, and the military fought them in 2018 and pushed them back into Niger Republic. But then after a few months, they came back to continue their campaign, and that has been what continued until today. So it's not a new group. I think the Nigerian army, I don't think they deliberately misled the public, but I would think that they do have short institutional memory. And I think that is that speaks volumes about how they document their activities. In fact, even though the Nigerian army says it is a new group, even in August this year, 4 soldiers lost their life in a patrol in a clash with Lakurawa. And now we saw this attack on Friday, and the Nigerian army says it's a new terror group. It's not new. In June, 4 military soldiers lost their life in Gudu local government. In 2018, they fought the same group and pushed them back to Niger. And this group has been staying, camping in Northwestern Nigeria since 2016, 2017.
Now, give us an understanding. That word, Lakurawa, right? Is it an Hausa word, a Fufude language? And what does it mean?
It is neither Hausa nor Fulfulde. From the information I'm gathering so far, Sheon and I know you would understand that this is a continuing situation. And like you said, I have been interviewing many residents and local council officials and witnesses. From the information I have gathered so far, the word Laukurawa would have come from the French phrase les recrues. That's the recruits. The French version of the recruits, which is les recrues. This is where the word would have come from, because the community members I spoke to said that was the name they had. The Nigerian villages that are neighboring them were calling this group, and this group, of course, were interacting with villages in the Nigerian side of the border before they started entering Nigeria illegally. And in that community, they were called Laukurawa or Le Recrues. And then from that way, the word was Hausanized, if you like, and WA was added to the end, and they became Laukurawa. This is the origin that we are getting so far. And I think even from the origin and from the languages they speak, even though they have been sporadically staying in Nigeria for around 6 years now, they still don't speak Hausa, they don't speak Fulfulde. All the witnesses I spoke to said these individuals speak either Tuareg, French, or Arabic. And that even when they are preaching or when they go to local communities to purchase stuff, they rely on local interpreters who speak Fulfulde or Hausa in order to transact with the communities or to speak with to communicate with the communities. And I think also the fact that most of the witnesses I spoke to said 80% of the people in that group are people who are fair-skinned. They look like Arab or like Tuareg in Niger and Mali. Speaks volume of the fact that these individuals may not be Nigerians.
So for the sake of...
Now, I want you to get something. Max, I don't know if you are still there, but my people, listen. Anybody listening, I want you to...
I'm here. I'm with you.
Okay. I want you to understand something. These people came into Nigeria with arms. They are not even dark skin like other Nigerians. They are fair like foreign Arabs, like maybe Moroccans, Egyptians, and Tunisians, and so on and so forth. Now, Nigeria saw them in Nigeria. Nigeria government saw them. And what the Nigerian government came out to tell you, they are not harmful people. They will not harm you. But the foolish people in the Senate, like Abaribe and his brothers, did not ask this Nigeria, how can a foreign people, foreigners, come into your country with arms, freely moving around? They are not employed into any of your security forces. They don't have even identity, residence. They don't have permit, and they have arms. And you say they are not harmful people. They are peaceful people. And they are living. Nobody fight them. At a time, Nigeria military claimed to fight them. They only chased them into Nigeria. And then they leave them. They came back. And according to this analyst, he's telling us that Nigeria army knew them, know where they are, just like we all know that Nigeria, this same Nigeria today, know these people you call them terrorists or whatever, yet they cannot fight them. Listen.
Like I said, we know where these guys are. We know where they live. We know their parents.
You know them as a government.
Of course we do. They live with the same community we live.
So why is it difficult to get them?
That is the $1 million question that I should ask you.
We are trying to understand, for those of us who are now conversant with Zamfara, have never been there, and we hear you as a chief security officer speak tonight to say you know these people, but yet you can't get them. it's a head scratcher. The story that was out there with the change of the commandant was that he raised some concerns and accusations that the outfit is not being equipped and is now conversant with Zamfara.
Anyway, what I wanted us to hear here is that they know them. Even the ones that are not foreigners, they still know them. They know their houses. They know where they
Mazugo,
know where they
Mazugo,
live.
Mazugo, sorry for my
I'm
interjection.
listening.
Do you see how different these people are with the people in the south, entire southern Nigeria? Have you seen the difference, the great difference between this man that is speaking now? He is from, I think, Katsina, Zamfara State. He's one of the he's a young governor in that particular place, in that state. Have you seen how, despite that they know them, but they cannot go, they know where they are, they know who they are, but they cannot. Now, what do you want? They will blame it on the security agency, because it is the security agency that's supposed to fish them out. But they are also playing the double game. This man that you see here is playing a double game, because these people are fighting for what they believe in. All of them generally accept.
Remember, he said something here. Listen again, listen.
Like I said, we know where these guys are. We know where they live. We know their parents.
You know them as a government.
Of course we do.
Do you know them as government? This question clears a lot. This question clarifies a million questions people have been asking. Do you know them as a government here? Means, do you know them as a governor, or do you know them as Lawal, or do you know them as chief security of this state? Do you know them? And he said, yes, we know them as government. We know them. Of course, we know them as government. And somebody will go to the Senate and tell you they are deciding or deliberating, or a motion has been passed. Let us deliberate and they vote how to fight or how not to fight terrorism. I'm saying this so that everybody will listen and hear. When you hear some people telling you that Nigeria is the best country of their life, you have to fight to defend it with all your might and your spirit and your power and your ancestral powers. So you will know what you are fighting for. You will know what you believe. Not just fighting because people are fighting. You join the boat.
Our viewers, a lot of people who may not have traveled to that part of the country. Nigerian border is over 1,000 kilometers. If you travel about 100 kilometers per hour, it will take you about 10 hours to travel the length and breadth of the Nigerian border. So to give context to how wide and how big that border is, would you describe that border as porous and unmanned, or how insecure is the Nigerian border?
Look, to be specific, the Nigeria-Niger border is about 1,487 kilometers. That's over 900 miles. And to say porous is an understatement. It is open. It is completely open. You can go in and out any time of the day from hundreds of different locations. And of course, in addition to that, the terrain itself is challenging, because some part of that border is forested, some part of it is desert, some part of it is mountainous, and of course, because of the criminal activities going on in northwestern Nigeria, it is very difficult for the immigration and custom officers who are not very well armed and trained to secure the border. And of course, it is too big for even us to start even questioning questions about securing 1,400 kilometers, I believe, is more than the distance from Lagos to Maiduguri, if my memory serves me well.
Absolutely.
And so it is a very big area of land. And in addition to lack of security, Sheun, is also the fact that there is zero infrastructure in that area. And so even where you detect particular movement that is suspicious, there is no transportation network to take you into the bushes and towards the border with the immigration vehicle or even the Nigerian army vehicle. There is also no communication network, good communication network. In many of these villages, there is no connection that is working. No phone service or signal, whether Glo or Airtel or MTN, and therefore they have to travel kilometers. Some of them will have to climb mountains before they can communicate. And in that situation, even when communities observe suspicious movement, they cannot report to anyone. And even the government officials operating there, like the customs and immigration, find it difficult to communicate, in addition to corruption and lack of equipment on their part.
So to give...
Sorry. Now, I want you to understand that why there is no communication, no infrastructure, is for you to believe or for you to think that the reason why you don't have communication is because those areas have not been developed. And I want you to know that those areas were purposely not developed for this particular mission. So that nobody will say, but we call police, but we call the army. Nobody will say, but that factory there, that there, therefore there will be light somewhere to guard, there will be movement. They don't want any movement. The only movement they want that area is the movement of these insurgents that are coming in. We are not talking about them coming in. Somebody came into your house. Are you going to be bothered asking, how did he come in? Get him out of your house first. Somebody came into your house where you have your children, your wife, your family, your siblings, your mothers, your father, your parents. Somebody came into your large compound and you abandoned the person in your compound. You went out and carried a microphone. I don't know how this man get into my compound. And you watch the man in your compound with arm, disseminating your father, your mother, crying your sister, your wife, your children, commoting their head from their isi, whipping her from her hoha, and you are there with the microphone. But we don't even know how these people came into our compound. We can't even tell if they jumped the dwarf fence or is it the taller fence they jumped, or did they come in through the gate? Did the gate man open door for them? This is what Nigeria is doing today. You know these people where they are. If truly you are interested in stopping them from coming in, why don't you at least chase them out? But you can't chase them. I want you to know that all these are the wings or branches of this Islamization. By the time they will fully activate or bring everything into by the time they will be able to bring every branches, all the branches of what they have been cooking. By the time they will be able to dish you or dish out this food, these fruits they have sown, that are grown, that are bear fruit, this food they have been cooking, they will dish it out. You know, go fit eat am. Even you, shell that is in that, you can't eat this food. Look at what is happening in Yoruba land today. Is Yoruba man not the COS, Chief of Army Staff? Is it not Yoruba? In Ogun State today, what happened? 2 people come out head. Who come out them? The same people that have been commoting heads. Every day, and no day passes by, you don't see in Yoruba either Ogu or your Ebada, this one, the same news. Only in Biafra land today, you don't hear them doing it. You remember before, in last 2 years, they were busy carrying people, disappearing people. Do you still hear that news? That somebody is traveling from Onitsha to Newi, he was kidnapped by Funani, they come out from a bush. The only place you hear this now is somewhere where they are close to North. That is the country. People will come out boldly to tell you, you are building Nigeria to become a nation, right? A country you don't even know the system you are running. You don't even know the system you are running. And you will go to the place you call your Senate, lower chamber, middle chamber, higher chamber. You sit down to deliberate that the system you must run is a system that will make the people to be scared of politicians. Not scared, not that the politicians should be scared of the people. So there will be no accountability. So that the people will keep getting oppressed day by day. Where you will dehumanize these people. A system there will be no rule of law.
Give context. Imagine that you are traveling from Lagos, you've passed Benin or you've passed Benin City, you've gone as far as coming towards Abuja, Kaduna, and there is no proper any check. It's just an open grounds, open field. This is how large and massive this terrain is, and perhaps there are a lot of people who know the terrain who say people just come from Niger into Nigeria without unchecked because this border is so wide, and that's why I have to bring that context into place. If you travel 100 kilometers per hour, it will take over 10 hours to travel between the length and breadth of the Niger-Nigerian border. But let me ask you, Mr. Bukati, the much you know about the Boko Haram cell, compared to these Lakurawa, how harmful or how dangerous are they?
This group is potentially very dangerous, Sheun. Of course, the Boko Haram group is a group that became a transnational terror group, and it didn't do that until after it had operated for many years and had gathered experience and arms and money through kidnappings and other methods. This one is not up to the level of Boko Haram in terms of sophistication and lethality and their experience and their connection and even the number of fighters. But they are potentially very, very dangerous because, number one, they are already establishing strongholds in the northwest, especially in Tangaza and Gudu local governments of Sokoto State, but also some parts of Kebbi State. And right now, the information we are getting is that they are operating in 5 local governments. And I can tell you some of my interviewees are very informed, Sheun, and they tell me, one of them told me that there is a local government in Sokoto, Gudu local government. He says you cannot travel 5 kilometers outside the state, the local government capital without meeting Lakurawa, encountering Lakurawa on the way. And he says all the villages surrounding the local government headquarters are under the control of the group because as we speak, they are serving as judges for local people. If you have a local problem, you have a dispute with your neighbor, you report to them because they have forbidden traditional rulers from intervening in any dispute that is brought to them. And traditional rulers have no option but to obey them because they would kill them if they don't obey their instructions. And especially in farmer herder crisis, today if farmers have their farm encroached by herders, they report to the Lakurawa, and the Lakurawa summon the parties, adjudicate the dispute and order compensation against those that they find wanting. Members of the community whose cattle is stolen by bandits report to the Lakurawa, and the Lakurawa intervene on their behalf to fight the bandits, to collect their their cattle back for them. And in exchange, today the Lakurawa are levying taxes in communities in Sokoto and Kebbi State, especially against herding communities. They stop you, they count your cattle, and they ask you if it belongs to a politician or a government official, they confiscate the whole of it. If it belongs to an individual, they charge taxes in percentages and then leave you to go. Now, they also enforce other rules. For example, there are POS machine operators in some of the villages that recently were punished by this group because the group said they were charging interest, which is forbidden in Islamic law. And therefore, they broke into the POS shops, they looted everything in the shop and destroyed all the machines. They are also punishing people who don't leave beard, and they are helping people who leave beard with money and other incentives.
I'm being also joined by Professor Tukop Mohammed Baba, National Public Secretary of the Ottawa Consultative Forum. But before I come to you, Prof, Mr. Bulama, what is Lakurawa? What are they preaching? Is it different from the ideology of Boko Haram?
It's not different. It's not different from the ideology of Boko Haram, except that they are more like ISWAP. Because they tell local people, unlike Boko Haram, that we are not your enemies, we don't want to kill you, we are only fighting the government and its apparatus. And so that's what they espouse, an extreme, violent extremist ideology, and they try to preach to local communities. But the good news shown is that my research so far, and I say so far because I am still researching, reveals that they have not been accepted by the communities. I have not found one example of a local young people who has joined them. They are still mostly foreigners. I am not saying there may be no local people at all, but they are still mostly foreigners. But they are large in number from the information I am getting. They are establishing large camps and show not only that they have heavy weapons, they also have drones. And they are surveilling villages and even military formations with their drones. And I think we should take them very seriously. They are potentially going to be a very serious security threat in a region that is already devastated by bandits' violence.
All right, give me a moment. I'm also being joined in the studio by the national chairman of the SDP, who is going to also be giving us some perspective on this matter. I told you it's a national dialogue of some sort. I'm being joined by Professor Tuka, who is the National Public Secretary of the Ottawa Consultative Forum. Thank you so much, Prof, for joining us. Give us an understanding. The worry of the northern leaders. When AF comes out on this kind of matter, it comes out to be a matter of national security and matter that touches the heart. What worries the ACF the most in this matter?
Very good evening to you. I hope you can hear me.
I can hear you, Prof. Please go ahead.
Yes, everything Mr. Bulama has said should be a cause of worry, of course. Like he pointed out, there are so many various aspects of it. From our information, and I've carried out research in that area too, this is not a new group. In fact, when they emerged in about 2017 and 2018, I think at least the DSS is aware of it. In fact, at least one journalist who came and spoke on the issue said, yes, he had a meeting with the DSS. At that time, when everything went quiet, we thought they had been chased out, only to be told later on that actually it was a deal, that they should either leave or they would be attacked. And they decided to leave and ask for time to get rid of some of the cattle they possess, whether it's cattle they took from people as a cat or not. And in fact, interestingly, it was reported that they said the cattle were sent to Lagos to be sold. As soon as they take the proceeds, they would leave. That's one. But to come back to the implications, because I think Mr. Bulama has done a very good job of giving us a background of the situation. I agree with everything he said, and it's consistent with our information at our disposal here. I've also been talking to community leaders, activists from those areas who have been fighting banditry. This is an additional problem. But overall, this is a major and grave threat to national security. The other thing probably I can infer, and which is Bukhara has given some of the data. They are trying to establish a local, and I would say alien, justice administration system in these communities. We cannot have that. We cannot have that at all. If you are talking of Islamic law, Sokoto State has the Sharia law, but it's not the Sharia these people are practicing. They intervene in disputes, they enforce rules, they enforce trade codes, and our fear is they will go into other things, such as closing schools, such as closing clinics, and so on. The thing he said about the border is true. I delivered a paper at the Army Brigade here a few years ago, and I said if you want to protect the Nigeria-Niger border, which is the longest of any of Nigeria's borders, the border to the west, the border to the east with Cameroon, with Chad is only about less than 90 kilometers. But the Niger-Nigeria border is the longest, longer than even the Atlantic coast borders with the sea. Now, when you have a group like that coming in and establishing bases and putting in place a security and justice administration system, it's like they have taken over sovereignty. Like you said, if we want to know how violent this group could be or how much of a nuisance they could be, you only need to refer to the attack about 3 days ago in the town of Mera in Augi local government of Argungu Emirate, of the Kabi Emirate. You will know lots of 15 people in a day without proper trial and so on. It's a lot. And of course, they carried their own 2 or 3 dead bodies away. They don't even allow them to. And everything he has said, Prof, it's not a...
Yeah. Let me jump in quickly, Prof. Let me ask you. The ACF, Prof, the ACF cannot sit down and look on as it goes on. You have come out in a statement, but beyond the statement, the leaders of the North, I've spoken to so many, are worried about, they have too many on their hands in terms of insecurity. Boko Haram in the Northeast, cattle rustling, banditry in the Northwestern region of the country, and some smaller terror cells around the region. But the question is, what are you, the leaders of the region, what are you doing decisively to capture and to tame this threat?
Well, we're doing a lot. One, drawing the attention of the authorities. You know, like my organization, the Area Consultative Forum, is a non-governmental organization with no judicial, executive, or legislative power. It's an interest group that believes in consultation. But of course, we do that with the interests of the North, within the context of modern Nigeria in mind. We have been drawing attention to some of this and the implications for our people. If I can take you back, when the ECOWAS led by Nigeria threatened to launch an attack against the Republic of Niger, we were the first.
The truth is that they are not doing anything to stop them. And whether you like it or not, this video, the person that said, I did not listen to his side because the only place that I was interested in was what the Guru attack or Masara attack, the first man that was interviewed, what he said really caught me. And when you listen to him, I'm going to try to get the video and edit it so that I will be able to play it only. But when you listen to that video and you do not understand anything, I don't know what you will understand again. No. I just don't know. The Biafra we are talking about is not the Biafra anybody will wake up in the morning and tell you this, that. No. This is that Biafra that will save you from any other thing. This is that Biafra that will give you life, that will give you right, that will give everything. This is that Biafra. If you have not been supported, I beg you, wake up, join forces, let us free our land. I beg you, wake up, join forces, let us free our land now. like this video for me. Max, are you still there?
Yes, I'm here. I'm here.
Okay. Okay. Wow. Max, now me and you do this from beginning. You have been here with me till now.
Yeah,
You know it's you,
exactly.
you know easy. Honestly. Thank you so much for being there. Thank you so much. So Max, I don't know, you should give us your submissions before we go. We don't knock on 3 hours for here.
Okay.
3 hours plus.
Exactly. You see, let me tell you, there is no way, there is no route, there is no road that leads to freedom that is an easy thing to do. It's not an easy thing, but with determination and with God on our side, we are going to make, history. You see, this thing that is going on, it didn't start today. This is a plan that these people have been planning for many, many years, decades, hundreds of years from their progenitors. They've been trying to make sure that they accomplish what their progenitors did not accomplish. So, and this is where I have issue with the intellectuals, elites in the entire southern part of Nigeria that are still believing in the illusion that Nigeria is going to work for them. By so doing, they are challenging the authority of the Prime Minister, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, and Biafran Republic government in exile. Why must you do this? Why must you do this? You are bringing war, you are bringing war. Go and see where the war is fought. Even with all this thing that is happening, according to what we have seen, evidences are bound. They know where they are. They only beg them to please leave or we will attack you. But when you come to Biafra land, our people will tell you, people like Ojus Okalo, that idiotic Ojus Okalo, will come to my mother's capital city of Abia State, where he will not, and told the idiot that was the opposing party that I will go to Abuja, I will speak to Buhari to give me soldiers and aircraft to come and bomb the criminals. But look at their counterparts, even after saying all these things, hoping that this same caliphate will love them, rather they hate them more than they loved them before. And their rest, the likes of them will not learn from what has happened to those before them. They will still continue to do the same thing and do the same thing and do the same thing, hoping that these people will love you. They will hate you. You will be the first that they will fight because already you are with them. You will be the first that they will fight. We are on our own a very serious, we have an agenda, and our agenda is to make sure that my mother's ancestral land, your ancestral land, is relieved of this evil. Because by the time you keep on staying together, you are bound to be destroyed, God forbid. You are bound to be destroyed. If Turkey will be what it is today, if Egypt will be what it is today, if Lebanon will be what it is today, that would tell you what they are going to do to you, because they are one and the same, one ideology, one principle. Therefore, do what you need to do. Even if you cannot support those that have brought their time and life, volunteer to fight for the restoration of especially me, my mother's ancestral land. Please stay clear of their path. Stay clear of their path so that you won't be crushed. Because we are going to regard you as our enemy too. The friend of our enemy is also our enemy. We will treat you like that. If you want to support, support. If you value, you want for your ancestral land to be preserved that what happened to the indigenous Northern Hausa people will not happen to you. That little money that you have, that you will just reserve it to go and buy one piece of egg, please donate it so that our people will use it to protect my mother's ancestral land. Because the Biafra that I am fighting for is sacrosanct to me. It is a country that is going to be a panacea to the sufferings of the black nation in the world. That is Biafra. And we must get what it, because I have listened to so many people. A prophet that I've been following has never promised anything about Biafra, and it has never happened. Starting from Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, he said that if they don't release Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, then Nigeria should be ready for what is going to happen to them. I have seen it, and I have seen it. Whatever that this man has been saying, I've been listening to him. So my people, we are on a good path. You are fighting a just cause. And Chukwu Okike Abiam, Tamuna, Ubangiji Allah, Abasimbong will never allow you to fail. All my Urobo Isoko that are here, I salute all of you. Wado, Isoko Wado, Urobo Wado, I greet every one of you. May God continue to bless you, and bless you as you struggle in the restoration of Biafra. The Biafran people in the hinterland area, I say may Chukwu Okike Abiama also continue to bless all of you for your great job. There is no little thing, effort, or work you put in that is going to be in vain. Chukwu Okike Abiama is going to expand it and make it more poisonous and disastrous for our enemies that doesn't want us to live. I use this opportunity to, include Prime Minister. That thing in Finland, that experiment in Finland, in prayers. I include his family in prayers. I include Mazen Nnamdi Kanu in our prayers, in my prayers. I include the Finnish people in my prayers. May God continue to bless them. For everyone, men and women of Biafra land that is in the diaspora, I say, whatever you do, may God prosper you. Whatever that you are doing, may God continue to love you and prosper you. May God increase your wallets, because it is only he or she who God has increased his or her wallets that will take a portion of it to go and support for the restoration for those people that are protecting our land, my mother's ancestral land. As you do it, Chukwu Okike Abiama will never allow you to go in empty pocket, and he is going to give us Biafra. I thank you all, and may God bless you for listening to me as your Okene. I remain your Okene of Biafra. Ndewo. Bye-bye.
Ndewo, thank you so much, Awin. Okenwa Diala, Ndewo, Okenwa. Thank you so much. Thank you. It's just 3.5 hours that we have been here now. They here. They here for you to burn your data, burn your time, burn your day. Thank you so much. Only God will bless you. And Biafrans, if you did not like this video, I beg you to try and like. If you have not hit that like button, try and do so. And then we will stop this program here until we come back tomorrow. We will come back tomorrow. When we come back, we'll start. There is another video I want us to listen to, but I don't tire. That's just the simple truth. So we go continue where we stop tomorrow. By the grace of God, tomorrow morning I will be able to run a program, and then in the evening tomorrow, our Prime Minister will be live on interview what is his name? Dr. Damage interview. Dr. Damage, you want to interview him, what will happen or what is the way forward after December 2nd. So we'll see tomorrow. We'll see tomorrow. So I must say thank you all so much for being part of this program. God bless you all, and bye for now.